Good evening, Good evening, mortals and monsters, and welcome to another chapter in the Fables of Alaemyr. I am your Dungeon Master, Jay, and we're excited to have you here for our session tonight.
Woo! Excitement.
Woo! We're actually the monsters, not the mortals. I'm sorry to break this to you.
I mean, that seems accurate, honestly.
Yeah.
Couple things I want to say right off the bat before we get started. All of our socials, you can please feel free to like and subscribe, or down in our chat right below the thing that you're watching right now, as well as our Patreon. So if you like what we're doing, it really helps us out to be able to keep doing it if you give us the money, which would be awesome. But without further ado, we have a great story to share with you guys tonight, and I would love to get started. So with that very short set of announcements, let's get into it. When we last left our intrepid adventurers, the party, having successfully navigated the River of Time, found their way back to the future. Back from the future, appearing in a clearing in the Dreaming Forest. After Ryan Rogers found some shelter from the sun, the party gathered their wits and began to plan out their next move. Only moments later, Sir Star noticed a bird in a nearby tree, apparently frozen in mid-flight. This heralded the appearance of two unknown individuals who identified themselves only as Inquisitors, agents sent from the mysterious Order of the Spinning Hourglass. They explained the party had broken 6 of the 7 laws of time, and asked the party to justify their actions and begin an informal trial. The Black Doves explained their story, having been careened into the future against their will by Fey trickery, and needing to find their way back to prevent a dark, bleak future they'd found themselves in. Vesper admitted that even though she had some chronomantic powers, she'd never heard of the laws of time nor the Order of the Spinning Hourglass. Explained to her by, and have never had the laws explained to her by her mentor. She offered to take the blame and was ready to face whatever sentences awaited them. But the Inquisitors found she had already paid that price, and her chronomantic magic was gone. The Inquisitors, finding the party's explanation acceptable, gave them a permit to alter the future as necessary. The Elder Inquisitor was capable of casting a spell on Talon's brooch that would help keep his mind in this current time, in reality, as he'd been showing signs of confusion of what had happened, what might happen, and what has never happened. Before the two Inquisitors left, Vesper asked about her mentor, Thasian Moorweaver, a chronomancer himself, who she thought several years dead. The younger of the two agents piped up in the conversation. Thasian himself, many years before the two of them would properly meet. When asked how Vesper knew him, both she and the Elder Inquisitor replied only with, "You shall see." The Inquisitors departed and time resumed its normal flow. The party made their way back to Rosemark, dropping Rogers off to hide in a barn outside the city's magically warded walls. They made their way over to the mayor's estate to speak with the mayor himself, Mayor Padre Tassin. Upon arriving, they overheard a heated discussion between the mayor and the city's Heartkeeper Verona, who is in charge with the care of the city's magical essence. The argument concerned the party, with Verona distrusting their intentions, while Mayor Padre argued that they had already laid their lives on the line to protect the place. Verona snapped that the city would be the one to ultimately decide, and that it currently lacked the resources to grow any new buildings, like the one that was promised to them before storming off. Talon pursued Verona, hoping to convince her that the party should be given a chance to prove themselves. Verona communed with the city, and Talon noted that she seemed somewhat mentally unstable after carrying such a burden for so long as she had, but was able to bond with her, also having just been through a traumatic experience himself that left his mind confused. Verona agreed to help grow the Black Doves their base, as Mayor Padre had offered as a reward for their help repelling Nocturna's invasion. But she also told them they must first prove themselves to the city and undergoing some sort of trial. She explained she will need to speak with the city before allowing them to undergo said trial, and took her leave. Meanwhile, Vesper, Burke, and Sir Star chatted with Mayor Padre. He explained Verona's concerns, and even though she'd been losing her grip on reality after being Heartkeeper for so long, he respected her arguments. The party agreed to take part in whatever task was necessary to prove themselves to her and the city itself. Vesper asked if he heard from her sister concerning a wine shipment she'd agreed to from the upcoming party. He had not, but had only sent word a few days previously. Vesper mentioned that her sister was also quite skilled naturalist and would be glad to assist Verona if it would be helpful. The party bathed and retired for the night. Tal and Sir Star together played The Silent Night, a piece of holy music to Sir Star's god, a deity of espionage and secrets known as the Professor. As they did so, the holy trumpet in Sir Star's bag reacted, clearly wanting to be played. Sir Star spoke a quiet prayer and promised to play it soon. The Black Doves at last found their much-earned rest and slept deeply, knowing their greatest challenges lay ahead of them. Tonight, we're going to begin our adventure that next morning. After the three of you having slept, and Burke, I'm only assuming, stood in low power mode for the remainder of that evening.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got a chance to rest in comfort and safety without having to take on watches or worry about what is coming for you. You wake well after sunrise, around 8 or 9 in the morning, or the equivalent in fantasy worlds.
Fantasy 9 p.m.
Fantasy
AM.
9 a.m.
Nice.
Also be regular 9 a.m.
Or be regular. Like, I like to use the term bell, but like it only makes sense when there's actual bell towers. So I usually say bell, and you know, this is the life we have chosen. Here we are. But you awaken around between 8 and 9 in the morning. And we will start our story tonight as those of you who have slept head down into Rosewood Place's main entertainment hall, as a large amount of refugees are coming through to gain their morning meal for the day. And Padre is busy playing his logistical nightmare, trying to organize several hundred displaced people. As he sees Sir Star as the first to awaken, he waves over to you. Oh, I hope you slept well. It looked like you really could need it.
I wish I could tell you. I don't know. Sleep was heavy. I don't remember any dreams, and I still feel tired. It's a good start.
Sorry to hear that the rest was not as rejuvenating as it could have been.
Oh, it was probably every bit needed as much. I just need more.
Well, my home is open to you as long as you need to recover your strength. Verona did ask me to pass on a message to you and your companions when they did indeed awaken, that she is waiting for you at our coffee shop in Southgate. So when you are able to gather your companions, please meet her there. She has a task or a last challenge for you before hopefully we can get to work on paying the reward that is so justly due to you and your friends.
All in good time. We're not quite in a rush, but thank you.
Of course.
I'll let my companions rest, but when we're all together, I'll pass along the message.
And if a bit of advice,
Please.
eat here. Don't eat at the shop. Their coffee is divine, but their food's... Eat first.
Thank you for the advice. I'll accept.
My pleasure. Anyways, I have much to do, and he heads back off. A page comes by with a series of scrolls with him that he is then marking off. Shashar, give me a perception check. You can take a peek over his shoulder as he's kind of walking away, what he's working on.
Thing that I can do. That is not a thing I'm doing well right now with an 11.
You see Crusties, and you desperately need coffee. That is what you've just seen.
Crusties.
Like in your eyes. That's probably
No,
what
I know. I was just
see
giggling.
Krusty
Pretty
Krab
sad.
just hanging
Here's
out.
Krusty.
Damn.
Yeah. So with an 11.
Like, ew.
Oh man, it's rough morning. You aren't able to catch anything on the document himself that he's holding, but as you look around, you do see a few dozen refugees coming through. The morning is a pretty simple but hearty stew that is just easier to make in large quantities for people that are able to do so. It seems that Rosebark can do a soup kitchen pretty damn well, and they were able to come together very quickly to provide much needed aid as these people lost their homes. So
Nice.
yeah.
Sir Starwood help himself to 2 or 3 bowls of Sanoop, and then would go outside to spend a few minutes calling his spirit companion,
Okay. Excellent.
i.e. he's calling his steed.
Yeah. Where has Shadow been?
Shadow has actually not been summoned
Okay.
since coming back to this time. So this is
Okay.
him now calling Shadow from the celestial realm.
Filling in the void, like you do.
Just calling him beyond time. There's some resistance. Shadow, your divine celestial steed of... You know what? Why don't you describe what Shadow looks like for me, if you don't mind?
Shadow is a beautiful male horse looking celestial being. I don't know how many hands Shadow would be because I don't know that unit of measurement, but Shadow
And
at the
is 4
shoulders.
inches. Do you want it to be
Ooh.
big?
Yeah, Shadow is a Clydesdale.
Oh, then he's like 18 hands at the shoulder, probably.
Thank you. Shadow
Thank
is
you, Resting
18
Horse
hands
expert.
at the shoulder and black all over. Deep black, like the void that you would get lost in. But dotted all over Shadow's body are white specks, like stars. And if you stare long enough, it almost seems like the stars move and form different constellations. But you're not quite sure.
This incredible creature that you have bonded with and become friends with and have worked and fought together by, yes, resides in a plane not of this one. Resides in a neighboring plane that you call to him. There's a piece of your mind that can sense him, knowing that he's there. It's that feeling of not being alone in a room. It's not unsettling, it's comforting. It's a small feeling of home in the back of your mind. And when you reach out to that part of your mind to call to Shadow, there's resistance. There's The bridge to him is currently incomplete.
Does Sir Star have an inkling of whether that resistance is his connection to his god
Give me a religion roll.
or his steed? Yeah, we'll do that. That is not a thing I do very well. And it is a thing that I rolled much better for with a 16.
Okay,
Why do you
cool.
hate our pets, DM?
I mean,
universal DM
Roger is
trait.
not a pet, okay? He's a fully breathing vampire. Kind of breathing, not really, okay?
That all depends on your perspective.
I mean, we don't talk about bedroom times, okay? Guys.
Oh.
It's inappropriate.
Whoa.
Whoa. No pet names, okay? So, as you kind of meditate on the connection that you have with your god and how that relates to your steed, you forged your connection with Shadow in another time and place. That is part of your divine power and your divine bargain. Your bond with your god is what allows you to access these incredible gifts. And if you search yourself, your heart, your soul, and your mind, and your spirit, that connection feels weaker than it has since you've left. That connection you built much stronger with your god, but he's not built it with you, not in this place. And while all of your abilities are still there and you're able to grasp them, it might be time to pray.
I was so damn afraid that you were about to say it's time to put Shadow out to pasture.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez.
Why do you hate our pet?
Hey, that is not me.
You said there were a bunch of refugees coming in?
Yeah,
I would
coming
I
in
would
for breakfast.
like to play them some music.
Please.
I've been a refugee.
You're
At
real
least
good at it. You got a
at
lot of
some
experience.
point in time, I've been one. And I very much would like to give them a little comfort, make it feel cozier.
Okay. Give me a perform roll.
I got an 18 total.
Okay. Not your best, but also
Oh no, an average
about as
performance roll.
as good as you're going to get outside of any major performance hall. Especially from someone who hasn't had their cup of anything. Tea, coffee, food, nothing. You
True.
are fresh.
Just
And-
playing the Mandore.
What are you trying to play? What are you trying to inspire? Comfort? What is the emotion that you're trying to
Yeah,
speak
basically.
through?
That it's a safe place. Comfort. Just let them hopefully not be quite as... Give them a little something to listen to let them forget all the stuff that's just happened to them.
Okay.
Let them breathe a little easier for a moment.
Yeah. Do you walk among the people in line playing while you wait in line, or are you getting in line as well, or?
Oh yeah, totally. I will
Okay.
walk among them and play among them.
Sure. As you walk amongst these people who've had what's very probably the worst few days of most of their lives, having been displaced and having... Talon, give me an insight roll.
One moment. I'm not rolling on this thing anymore. That's a 4.
Ooh, a 4. Yeah, they're clearly tense, right? They've clearly had some really rough, traumatic things happen to them, and it looks like many of these people are still dirty, in a way that looks like they may not have changed clothing in several days. They have a more pungent odor than you'd expect from someone who was properly housed. Their faces and hands are clean, but their clothing isn't all. And you can see as you walk amongst them and play your song of home and peace and comfort, many of their shoulders begin to relax a bit. Many turn towards you and smile. One even begins to sing along with a tune that inspires an old rhyme. One I do not have prepared right now, so you just have to imagine it.
Oh, that's the idea.
I
That's
know, it
totally
would
fine.
have been so good had I known any of this was coming, and I can just mad rap on the spot, but I'm not that skilled yet. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to get better. It's going to be all good, guys.
Nah, don't worry about that.
How dare you not have a rap prepared?
I mean, I will do it. It will be painful for everybody involved, just so we're clear.
Truth. What's everybody else doing? Well, I'm getting food, playing some music for the refugees.
Putting your poor DM to rap with thing he doesn't rap.
We're just in like guest suites, right?
Yeah, you were given...
Or guest rooms, I guess. It's probably not suites.
It's probably one suite series of rooms.
Yeah.
In normal times, you probably would have been given your own rooms, but it's just like you have a
Right, we don't have room
bedroom.
for that.
Yeah, a bedroom, like an entry hall. Like it is for a foreign noble that would be allowed to come to the city with their multiple rooms. You're all given that one suite of like 4 rooms.
Cool.
Not all of them have beds.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't suppose these rooms have. All right, here. Let me rephrase that. Vesper is scouring her room for clothes because all the clothes she currently owns are dog shit from time travel, and those being the only clothes that she's had for months.
Horribly out of fashion. Completely
Yeah.
right. Like this will not be in fashion for at least 97 years or so.
Well,
Why don't you give me
not it being about fashion. She's like, I have desert clothes, right?
I'm
And
totally
then
kidding.
probably like 1.5 shitty outfits and her like ball gown that she took with her. That's it.
Why don't you give me an investigation roll?
Okay.
As you're like just going through looking for...
Yeah, I scour my own room first, and then if that
Mhm.
fails, I'm gonna go into the boys' rooms and see if they have anything in their closets that at least will fit me and isn't a ball gown or torn to shreds, because that's what I have right now.
Sure.
Yeah, both of those she's been stabbed in, so.
I've been stabbed in every piece of clothing I own except the ball gown, which is
mean,
remarkable.
that is a fighter's life. Hashtag fighter's life.
Investigation is a 15.
Okay. As you go through a series of cupboards in the drawing room, you do find some clothing that was possibly left behind by the previous guest that arrived there. You do find the thing that's probably going to fit you the best is some underclothing, a shift, and some underpants.
Long johns?
Thank you. I was like,
Yeah.
what are pants that go underpants? They're not underpants because that would be to make sense.
Underpants. So keep her own underpants.
Right,
At least
exactly.
for now.
And
She's going with the like shift long johns. She'll put her ratty boots on, belts. Just like doesn't look good.
you find a vest tunic that seems to have been made for maybe a young noble, someone who is looks to be approaching his growth spurt. So it fits. It's snug. It's a bit more
That's fine.
ornate than you're used to wearing, but you'll be able to cinch
That's
it with
fine.
your belt.
If it's made for a male like teen,
Yep.
it will probably just fit her
Yeah.
as a adult woman.
Yeah, I think the male's probably gonna be trimmer in that
Probably.
not
She'll
quite.
leave it. You do up like the first couple buttons, but she can't button them over the chest probably, and so. But she'll at least look decent and clean, which is what's important to her. She doesn't want to put on her crappy clothes, and she'll go downstairs to find the others. Get some eggs or whatever's available. Soup.
Stoop. It's
Stoop.
Stoop.
Stanoop.
Stanoop, stoop, and
Stoop
eggs
is
and
good.
loop. I don't know.
It's Stoop Station.
Burke had been standing there the entire time, just outside the door, watching you go from room to room, trying to figure out the clothing situation. Hasn't said a word whatsoever, just like trying to doing his judgy-watchy thing that he does.
You're like, she goes into like 2 rooms without noticing, and then when she comes out of the second room, like she's directly facing him, and then she says, "Oh, good morning, Burke," and then keeps going.
He nods but doesn't say anything.
She'll invite him when she comes out, dressed weirdly but cleanly. And she'll say to him, "Do you want to go downstairs, meet with the others, get breakfast, see what our agenda is?"
There's people there. Way too many.
Okay, we'll come and get you when we're leaving.
No, people are many. He shifts, but as you turn to leave, he'll just reluctantly follow.
You don't have to come if you don't want to. I can get them up here.
Staying together is tactical.
Okay. I'll protect you from the crowds, I promise.
You're welcome, DM.
Oh, I just thought you were being sweet.
Yeah.
But sure, I'll take it. Thank you much. And the 2 of you, you can just go for it.
Yeah, we go downstairs. I make sure to like stay between Burke and the masses as much as I can, so that he doesn't have anybody approach him. And if anybody's staring too much, she'll kind of glare at them like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Like,
Give me an intimidation roll.
sweet. For the fuck of it, I shouldn't
Yeah.
do this, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna use my Battlemaster maneuver commanding presence to add a
Oh,
D10 to
fuck
this
yeah.
roll.
Absolutely. In your borrowed tunic, your old boots, your ratty
Yeah,
belt,
exactly.
fine fucking sword.
She's
and
done
you're
her
like,
hair, she's done her makeup, she's bathed,
Yep. She's clean. Just
she's absolutely clean. Wow,
She
that's the
looks
same
also like a
die roll that
refugee.
I got last time, but better because I added D10 to it.
okay.
So it's 15 plus my intimidation of 6, 21. I didn't think I was proficient in that, but I am.
Oh, well, hello there.
Yeah, I know. Surprise.
So, you mad dog. Is that an offensive term? I don't think it is. Off some passersby who kind of linger a little bit longer on the Warforge, as he is quite the oddity. And you convince them through a sheer presence of will, expression, and some grunting that they should move along and continue about their day.
It's the
Burke?
throat clear of your staring. Yep.
Yeah. And Burke is unmolested. You guys head down.
Well, Ian was going to say something. What were you going to say,
All
Ian?
No, I'm good.
No?
Burke is shadowing Vesper as per usual since he joined the party.
Amazing. The 2 of you head down and see Sir Star. Are those 3 bowls of stew all for yourself? Are you slowly working your way through 3 bowls of stew, or are you getting them for your friends?
Oh,
Either
those
is
were
possible.
all his.
That's what. Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I thought. That's
Hell
definitely
yeah.
what I thought.
Hungry.
No one was
this
even
luscious
awake
beard.
as far as he was concerned, except for Burke,
Amazing.
which he definitely had a quick nod to on his way out the door because Burke
Sure.
was kind of standing right outside his room. I think
Yeah.
we kind of forgot that little note. Sir Star would have crushed the first bowl, and is likely by now on his 3rd bowl.
Okay. So,
Slowly.
by this point, you see Talon with his not Mandalore. Try again, Jason.
Bandore.
Say it. Mandalore.
Bandore.
Andore?
Mandore.
Nope.
Bandore.
Try with a B.
Bandore. This is the way. The Bandore. In one hand, a bowl of stew in the other, and two empty bowls of stew as he's walking over to Sir Star with his 2 empty bowls and working on his third. Because Lord knows that beautiful beard does not grow itself. Okay.
Doesn't it though?
I mean, spoilers.
I mean,
For who?
I don't know, man. You all have seen the miraculousness that is that man's beard. Something unnatural there in your beard. And as Talon's walking his way over to Sir Star and working your way through, after a good night's sleep, if not, less restful for some than for others, you're clean. It's sunny. It's a little bit chilly, maybe low to mid 60s, but the day is still warming up. And no one's trying to kill you. It's a good day so far, but the day is still young.
No one's trying to kill us yet.
exactly. As far as we know.
Yep.
That reminds me.
Why does that remind you? Hold on. Hold on. I don't like this.
I mean, I'm going to DM Nathaniel. So I figure out how to do that.
What?
As everybody is like gathering together, Vesper will get Stanoop. And she'll plop down next to them in her weird outfit and say, I want to go shopping. I want clothes that fit me and look nice and are not full of holes. Because I have been stabbed so many times in every piece of clothing I've worn. And I think you all might feel similar.
Clothes aren't tactical.
We could get you a nice hat. Be very tactical. Protect your eyes from the sun. No glare.
The apertures on his eyes just squint real narrow.
Suit yourself. I was also thinking we could, just have a shop around and see. We haven't actually explored Rosebark, had time to. So I thought that might be nice. Take a poke around, see what's available and, still standing, I suppose. Deliver some of our newfound patronage to the local economy, But if you all don't want to go, then I'm happy to go by myself. That's fine.
No, I would rather get out and about.
I feel like we'd be in the way here,
Sure.
Either staying and helping or getting out and doing something else.
You do see Padre kind of bustling backwards and forwards and working. He seems to be pretty busy. He is actually carrying out another large pot of stew from the kitchens with the assistance of what is presumably the chef upon a large table outside and helping to spoon out more soup, more bowls of soup.
There you go.
If only I had my cauldron.
What?
Wrong game.
In some other life, I'm out there with a cauldron that is endless soup.
Probably, yeah, close would be good.
Clothes, something.
Fresh clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like I said,
I have
go ahead.
fresh clothes.
That's true. You have the magical armor. They can be fresh at any time, right?
Just, little tricks you pick up here and there to make yourself smell nice or
Yeah.
clean yourself. Whatever.
Oh my god, I can wear perfume again.
Bang!
Holy
What
crap.
kind of? It's great.
Wouldn't help here.
No. No. But these people have been stuck here for several days, probably. So. Until they can build or grow? Question mark? New homes for them? I'm not sure what the protocol is here for run-of-the-mill buildings, etc.
I think we can help with that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Did I?
Is this new? These people?
Well,
Oh
they're-
my god, Buck, you weren't at
Oh,
yeah,
Battle of
that's right.
Rosebuck. That's right.
all right.
I guess it was a couple days ago, prior to our first entry into the Feywild, before we met up with you in your sentient form. Nocturna sent a coalition to attack this city. That's why it looks like crap outside in some places.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rosebark isn't shitty. Usually.
I don't
Not usually.
think so, no.
That makes sense.
Right.
Why'd
Even in
they
its
fail?
current state, you could say it's
Right.
quite magical.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd they fail?
We
Huh?
stopped them.
Burke nods and then just gets this like distant look in his apertures.
It's apertures.
Right.
1,000-mile stare.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No yards for Burke.
No.
1,000-mile stare.
1,000-year
Year
stare.
stare. There you go.
Yeah, gotcha. Yes.
Same hat. Two Spider-Mans pointing at each other. Alright. Did any of or either of you hear what we're supposed to do with Verona, the Heartkeeper, etc.? What her plan is? She said we'd meet her at some point today, right?
Whenever we decide to.
Sir Star hears that and lets silence hang for a while. Silence from him, that is, as he takes his time thoroughly enjoying the last bites of his stew,
Valid.
whatever it is.
Fucking valid.
He finishes his bowl, he sets it down. He leans back and puts his feet up on the table and just kind of starts rubbing his belly. And he's relaxed. Then he jolts forward. We're all here now. That's right. We need to meet Verona. She's at the coffee shop at the South Gate waiting for us.
Oh,
Oh,
already?
man. Can't believe that. Almost forgot that.
That's alright.
I guess we'll have to go instead of taking a nap.
I mean, polite thing to do would be to go meet her. She's not too fond of us so far, so
Well,
making a good impression is probably important.
some of us have made
You're
a pretty
right,
good impression
because
already.
saving
Yeah.
the city hasn't done that.
Apparently not. The Talon seems to be off the hook, so to speak. The rest of us have some work to do, at least. I am fucking reluctant to just jump right back into it, though. I gotta say, I was looking forward to a bit of a relaxation for a minute or 10.
Maybe we can slow walk. Or
Yeah.
hopefully this task she has for us is low energy.
Maybe we don't need to do it immediately.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Or at all.
As a quiet prayer.
I mean, but the sooner we can do it, the sooner we can actually help regrow this city.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big thing.
I agree. I do. We're not talking about delaying days. We're talking about delaying minutes.
Maybe we just walk slowly. That's all.
Exactly.
Enjoy the fucking sunshine.
I'm totally gonna play a song for us to walk slowly to.
Sweet.
I'd like
Great.
to accompany.
Sweet.
All right, perform checks. Or if one of you would care to give advantage, we can just do one person with advantage.
I
I'll
mean,
give advantage to the bard.
sweet. And,
Reluctantly.
The actual bard.
I mean, I don't know if he's ever rolled better than you in perform, which is really funny.
which is funny.
No, he has.
Yeah, he definitely
I choose
has.
to remember it differently. I know it's incorrect, but it's way funnier that way.
But I'm also going.
I
to
have
use
gotten more of those rolls.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to use an inspiration also.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So
We're
advantage.
going to just
So
Pied
double
Piper
advantage.
people over to this coffee shop,
11.
aren't we?
We're not gonna what?
Pied Piper people.
I hope not.
17
Okay.
and 8. So we're taking the 17. That's with an
Mhm.
inspiration that I'm removing. And
You already had advantage because he gave you advantage.
yeah, I'm using an inspiration anyway.
Okay, cool.
Roll again. Roll again.
I did. I rolled 3
So-
times.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Yep. So total is 30.
Woo.
Hey,
That'll do.
Seems
it.
fine.
there's Talon.
Seems all right.
There's Talon. There he is. There's the bard we all know and love.
It's perfect music. It's perfect for a slow walk. But this isn't just like, imagine like a classical Spanish guitar style that just has a real good mood to it, but also some very good technical, technical finger picking and flourishes that draws attention at the same time as, you know, keeps everybody chill.
I'm also picturing that it is done at a cadence and a time signature that would match a very slow walk, and so that y'all are walking in step.
Yep.
Can I
to
can
Talon's
I
music.
add a bit of mashup with
Hell yeah.
Sir Star's accompaniment?
Oh yeah.
Please.
You said Spanish guitar style.
100%. 100%. With like some nice little flourishes, you know, and then it goes back into that rhythm.
And Sir Star definitely doesn't have as much of the technical skill as Talon, but he would actually come in with like low key soul bossa nova vibes for the background.
Nice.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
So, y'all are leaving Rosewood Place, which is where the mayor's estates, Commons Hall, the Tyrell Stables, a few other major pieces of infrastructure are, and are going to head towards Southgate, which is another ward or district.
Quick
As
note.
you, yes.
About how long is this walk? We're slow walking this. Can we make
Yeah.
this walk last 10 minutes or more, or is the walk already going to be 10 minutes? Like,
I mean, I mean, you'll have to make it slow, but I'm about to give you a nice excuse to make it 10 minutes or longer.
oh,
Because the first
cool.
thing that you walk past,
Go ahead.
as you exit Rosewood Place, is the Central Bazaar, the market that is the main hub of commerce in Rosebark. Series of colorful tents, people setting up shop. It is more, while it is maybe less full of commerce than most often, there's still a large number of people that are out there selling their wares. At the center of which this bazaar, there is a obelisk that stands at the very heart of the city, the very heart of Rosebark. You can slowly meander, making your way through these different tents and shops and head south along the gate to head to coffee shop.
Can I finish what I was going to say earlier?
Yes, of
'Cause
course.
It happens while we're doing this whole walk.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, since from the start of the walk, Sir Star just while he's playing in the background to Talon's music, he's also just loud enough for the group around him, just spouting off words of affirmation, prayers, verses about protecting those in need from Helm. And after about 10 minutes, everyone in the group will be inspired.
Woo!
And get that 14 temporary hit points.
Awesome.
I see.
Beautiful. And you
Thank
are
you.
able to do that on your nice leisurely walk. Assuming Vesper doesn't stop to inspect some clothing wares before heading.
Oh, she's taking a bunch of mental notes, but she'll get it on the way. Oh, no, she has to stop because she's like, I cannot be seen in this get up more than absolutely necessary. So she just buys something simple that will fit her real quick.
Okay.
So she'll for simple shirt and pants, and she'll you know what? Fuck that.
What?
She's gonna buy a fucking dress, and she is not wearing her armor.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. She's like, if we get attacked, if I get stabbed, god damn it, then fine.
At least I'll look good doing it. Yeah, I don't
not
recall me
anything
ever
complicated. She's gonna go
No.
she comes downstairs, she's not wearing her armor because she's in this crazy get up, and then they walk out window shopping, and she's just gonna be like, that's fine for now. She'll go in, she'll pay for it real quick, throw it on in the changing room, and then come back.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. You find yourself a simple dress, kind of a skirt and no, it's a dress.
It can be
with
either. Just
Yeah, with a colorful sash or tie to cinch at the waist.
Just not fucking traveling clothes. Not
No.
fighting clothes. Something
And
different.
do you still keep on your worn and time worn
Yeah,
boots as well?
she's planning to do a real shop later, but they're like,
Uh-huh.
we're going somewhere. So pause for 2 minutes, boys. I'll be back.
Yep, perfect. And so we see Vesper in a dress for second time? First time?
It's the third or fourth time. She's worn dresses at parties a few times.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. And so you take a long way going through the bazaar and head towards a coffee shop. One that is... It's along the southern wall of Rosebark's rosewood barrier. You see a sign that is a beautifully carved wooden sign that is in the shape of a coffee bean. It is a dark brown bean on a kind of a grayish grained lacquered wood. And upon this impeccably carved sign is some graffiti that is just a couple of quick brush strokes of white paint that just says +1 on it. As you approach this coffee shop, there is a large number of people that are kind of milling around at the entrance. And one of them you see actually is Verona. And she looks up and spots you. She says, "Oh, thank God." And she walks over and she says, "Prince, do you mind if I borrow you for a moment? I really need my +1." And she offers her hand to you to come inside with her.
Certainly.
And so she will lead you inside. There is it's doing damn good business. There are about a half dozen tables scattered around the room, as well as a long bar that runs the entire northern end of the building, which is facing on a beautiful wooden vista. The northernmost building is a tree inn, which is it's beautiful to look at. So a long series of open windows where people can just sit and drink their coffee. At the counter, you can see that there is a sign, 5 silver for 2 coffees. And Verona will, pull, as you get up to the front of it, she'll put down 5 silver. This one's on me. I'm dreadfully embarrassed about my state the other day, and please let me get this. And she puts down the 5 silver, and at the countertop is a cobalt, possibly one of the smallest kobolds you've ever seen. He is maybe 2 feet tall. He's wearing a black robes, open at the waist. Underneath is a red tunic. He's wearing breeches that have slashes, conspicuously neat slashes at the knees, as well as strangely, a mop of maroon-colored hair with black tips, and a cloth wrapping around the edge of his tail. And he kind of looks up and goes, there's your 2 coffees. Enjoy them while you can. And hands over 2 coffees.
Take them, hand one to her, start sipping the other one. It's okay. I completely understand being out of sorts. I'm still not certain of anything.
It's a good thing that we're taking some time to figure each other out then. And she guides you over to a table that a number of people, seeing her come, get up and kind of nod to her and walk out of the building. Heartkeeper. And she kind of nods, and they head out the door. These individuals are a group of shepherds, actually. All with farmers that are sheep, cow, pigs. You're not really certain. It's not hard to distinguish by the smell. But one thing Talon, give me a perception check.
20.
One thing that you note, each of their wooden crooks have fine lines of red running through them. They appear to be made of rosewood.
Nice. Ooh,
They nod to the Heartkeeper, and they head out to shep. Their morning shepping. Or I guess afternoon. Sounds like it's a bit late for them to be starting shepping this early, or this late. They head out and give up their table for Verona. She sits down with you, and sure you have questions. And, motions for the rest of you to come in as well, if you would like to grab a coffee. They're a little strange, but they make an excellent brew. You must have a friend, or else they will not serve you.
Oh, well. It's a good thing I got at least 3 more.
Smiles at you.
Is the table big enough for all of us, or did they just
is.
sit down at a 2-person?
No. There was 4 or 5 different shepherds that got up from a table, and it's large enough for all of you.
So groups are allowed. It's not just pairs.
Yeah.
Weirdly, it's just the serving of coffee. They'll only serve coffee in pairs, but I guess larger tables are cheaper than a bunch of small ones. Not sure. Logic there.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I'll go get us coffees, sister.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Then we'll go and get myself and Sir Star a pair of coffees
Excellent.
before coming back.
And the little cobalt in dark spectacles, actually, kind of goes, here's your coffee. Just the most morose, deadpan voices as he's handing them out. And please mark 5 silver off your character sheet.
I tip him an extra silver. Like, oh, buddy. Okay, here you go.
Great. This will be good for something.
Buy yourself some pants that don't have holes in them. She'll walk away.
He looks down. They're cool. And he just goes back to work.
I made these holes myself.
I'm just going to put holes in the new ones.
I go back to the
Trip is
table.
ridiculous. What's up?
I said I go back to the table.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. We all need some of this. She is not, at least Vesper's not going to prompt a conversation. She's going to sit and enjoy this coffee for as long as possible before somebody starts talking about business.
Certainly. And I think Verona is going to be in kind of quite the same place, taking a moment out of the day just to enjoy one of those simple pleasures. The coffee's good. The coffee's really, really good. It's all served black. There is a series of creamers that are on one of the ledges that does not have seating. The whole place has a really pleasant, earthy aroma. There is the slight smoke of something burning coming from the back, where you hear a very gravelly voice directing roasting. As you look around, two individuals that are at a neighboring table, one of them a young woman, blonde hair, very freckles and great dimples, kind of waves at Verona, and Verona just kind of gives a bit of a nod and hands up. She is sitting next to actually someone you know, Dave, our resident priest that you had visited earlier. She and Dave are sitting and chatting and enjoying their drink. But it seems to be 30, 40 people are here. It's doing bustling business, which is kind of great. And you can see why. The coffee is excellent. Verona takes the time, drinks and sips, and kind of enjoys the moment. After a couple of minutes of companionable silence, she goes, well, I believe the first thing that is now due to owe you is an apology for my state last night.
These are trying times for us all.
It's very kind, but the job is very difficult, and I don't always have good days. But what I do is necessary. It's a price I gladly pay, but there are times where I am not myself. And I've not had a good day, a week, year, really. The attack was difficult. And so I want to
Agreed.
say, first off, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for protecting my city.
Always.
And I haven't even given you the courtesy of an introduction. My name is Verona Heartkeeper. It's my surname, my burden, and my privilege. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You keep hearts?
Yes, I do.
Nice. Me too.
Probably have a lot in common, actually.
How do you mean?
Burke is, well, he also keeps hearts, like he said. And he, has been through a lot. In that process.
One of the truest marks of age is the scars that it leaves us along our time on this planet. Am I to assume that you've been around a great time, sir? And she kind of looks at you. What may I address you as?
Sir Forgeborn.
Sir Forgeborn.
I don't scar.
Hmm.
If that's anything.
We all scar, Sir Forgeborn.
Oh no.
And she runs her fingers along a tattoo that is encircling her throat. It is a red thorn, like a thorn vine, and she kind of runs it along her collarbone. And it seems to extend below the cut of her shirt, and you can also see the extension of that tattoo on her exposed arms. And yeah, the places where you see skin, which is not much. She's dressed relatively modestly. Her collarbone, her chest, to a modest degree, and her arms all have the same tattoo. A winding thorn vine.
No, go ahead.
While I do appreciate all that you have done for us, I do have a duty to this place to ask you to undergo one more trial. I can't. It is important that a gift of this magnitude is given out with the greatest of care. What do you know of the walls around you? Do you know anything of this place? She looks at each of you.
They're made of rosewood, which is extremely rare. The power that supports this place is based off of, or is from, an ancient elven magic.
She nods. A bit basic in explanation, but not incorrect.
Thanks.
The wood is not rare, precisely.
Oh.
It is only here, created here, sustained here. Rosewood may not leave these walls. If so, it slowly dies. It is grown from the living rosewood that you see around you. And at a great cost when this city must expand. Started as scarcely a town and has grown to accommodate and protect those that live here. My duty and my privilege is to ensure the protection of those here, even if they do not make my job easy.
So I have two questions then. You say growing additional parts of the city comes at a cost. What do you mean by that?
There are a material and a cost of mana.
I don't know what mana is.
Mana is magic, to put it simply. It is a resource, a finite one, that allows those of magical ability to cast spells, to push their body beyond their physical limits, to do what most cannot.
So I presume the material is the rubies, that it needs the rubies to fuel its growth.
Yes, that is a portion of the cost.
And then
And-
magic is the rest of it. And where does it pull that magic from you? Is that what it's doing?
I am a guide. So I guide the mana of the world. The living forests around this place, all living things have mana. And this city pulls from that around us. But to shape it, it must all be pulled through me as well. And we are able to build the wonderful place you see before you.
And you're the only one who can do this. Rosebark only has one Heartkeeper at a time, or are there multiple of you?
There is only the one at a time. We are always looking for candidates to train, but it is not an easy path to walk.
So it's more like, it's not that you wouldn't have more, it's just difficult to find people.
We currently have a number of apprentices in training.
Okay.
One might be viable, but we haven't had a viable candidate for a number of decades now. So
I see.
I have remained here as our Heartkeeper.
And that would lead to my second question if I could fucking remember it. Give me a second. I'll think of it.
Oh, good. Yes.
Verona
Sorry.
is an elf. Yes.
Verona, that was a question that was sent on Discord that I responded with words. Not helpful for anybody listening. Yes, Verona is an elf. I didn't describe her good. I was just like, we know what she looks like. No, we don't. Let's try again.
Well, you described her last time. It's fine.
Yeah.
What the fuck was she? She said, it costs a great resource. And then she said something else after that that made me have a second question, and I fucking forget what it was.
Something about mana?
No, it wasn't. It was before that, because she was saying, something. It comes at a cost. I don't fucking know. If I think of it,
Yeah.
then whatever.
Well, hopefully she won't die this episode, so we'll ask her later.
But I'd like to ask her now because it was important, but I don't.
Well, if you think of it later.
How long have you been doing this?
I have been the shepherd of this city. Oh God. The anniversary is coming up. It will be 100 years. Come rot.
Well, someone
For
needs to
clarification,
throw you
rot is a
part.
month.
And how long is it from now?
That would be 4 months, I think. Double check. Yep. 1, 2, 3 months. 3 months until rot.
Are you... This magic, it seems like it describes something that... Maybe I'm wrong, but... Well, my mother taught me a few things about this. Is it druidic in nature? Or is it more?
Your mother was a druid.
Her name was Carolyn. Ring any bells?
Do I dare roll that? I dare. I dare roll that. Let's find out.
Are you a vampire?
If you are, you have to tell me.
Peercy,
Yo.
high, mid, or low?
Mid.
Okay. I can't say that name rings a bell, but
Hmm.
clearly she was a wise woman. She's raised a observant son. Yes, you are correct. Is a great work of druidcraft.
Hmm.
This living city.
I love it.
As do I. But I want to see it continue. What you showed me last night was dramatic.
Apologies. I
that's-
also wasn't fully myself. Don't know if I am still.
Well, I'm not one to throw stones about some people being mentally unwell, so I'll gladly accept and welcome your help. This city is at a very interesting crossroads. That for a long time, the majority of citizens here have been very happy with hiding from the rest of the world.
Hmm.
It has been I'm not one that needs to touch the outside world too often. In fact, I don't like to leave the walls. But threats beyond our walls can reach us, as was made incredibly painfully obvious just a few days ago. Padre and I believe that, and have for some time, that we are inviting such attacks by staying here and not being proactive. So, if you are to be given a home of rosewood, the greatest gift this city can offer, you will be seen as leaders here. As you walked through this city, how many buildings did you see made of rosewood?
Hmm.
Of course, omitting the inn right before you. She motions to a living tree of rosewood that seems to have a bellhop down at the base of the tree and helping somebody carry somebody's bags up into its branches.
I mean, how many buildings did we see of rosewood? I'm
Not
like,
many.
is it all rosewood?
Place,
Is it
Rosewood Place, and that's it.
Yeah,
Cool.
not many.
The majority of buildings that you've seen walking through here are made of
and Rosewood
wood.
Place is the manor, the
Yes,
mayor's
the
house.
manor
Okay.
house. Yes, it was grown for the leader of this place.
Well,
Everything
dang.
else is made of wood, well crafted, different forms. You've seen someone give me a nature check. Who am I going to pick on?
Well,
Talon.
say
Talon,
what's
give me
it concerning exactly? I have a
a-
specific.
identifying the types of wood that you've seen.
So
Peercy?
Talon. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see. Rolled an 18.
you got druid in the blood.
Yeah.
See how good you
Got
know
a
your trees.
22.
Hey, that's not bad. So rosewood's pretty interesting, right? You don't recognize it. It doesn't look like any form of bark, wooded area that you've ever recognized before. You've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
You do identify some other types. You actually very large variety, and someone who knows the land knows that these do not all grow here.
So it's imported.
They're much of it, yes.
Okay.
And you see oak and cedar and redwood and roan and bogwood, and it is a gorgeous mosaic of art and craft. But obviously, some buildings more than others.
Mm-hmm.
But it is crafted with care of this material. You've even seen some incredibly rare woods. You've seen some evidence of ironwood. You've seen evidence of goldwood, and it's one of the two things that you've seen here so far.
Okay.
But you've noticed that there is a great care of this substance, and a lot of very skilled craftsmen must be here that can work it.
There must be many skilled carpenters here that are used to working with, common and unique or rare woods, because this city is very much like a wonderful quilt of wood, all complementing each other.
Quilt is a good metaphor. I've thought of it like a garden. Yes, most of these beautiful works of craftsmanship are not living. And yes, we have some of the most skilled wooden craftsmen in the world. People travel hundreds of miles to study with the timbermen and hope to become one someday. Our greatest export.
I see. Well, then if we are bestowed this gift and Rosebark becomes more well known, and as you've said, it's obviously more, well, it's known enough by at least the closest of enemies, then we would have to make certain there are more protections. Not just physically or, parapets and anything else that needs to be grown or built, but people. And ballista.
Yes. And
perhaps even a dome with fireworks.
Fireworks?
Made of sound that keeps things a barrier away. I'm sorry, I slipped in. I slipped
Stalin,
again.
I think you're losing the plot here.
I apologize.
Within 41 years, preferably.
I am looking for other allies that are not
Can you speak up a
content.
little, Jay? Sorry, you're
Sorry.
very quiet.
Yep. I will do that. Let me get a little bit closer and try to speak up. I am also seeking allies that are not content to wait out this war.
Oh, that's us.
Good.
What's the timeline, presuming we pass this test and give you the resources and mental power that you need to complete it?
Timeline to having your...
Having a building, I'm just curious.
Assuming we have sufficient gems and materials available. She kind of turns to you, Talon. Yes?
Oh, yeah. Are more than
Assuming
rubies
we'll-
better?
Say again?
Do only rubies work?
She opens her mouth. Yeah,
I'm just making sure there's
You know?
more I could give.
Have you never tried any other gems?
we've always used rubies. That's what's required. That's what we've used. I've never. No, I haven't.
I pull,
Isn't
I
that
pull
funny?
out an uncut apple-sized topaz.
Vesper is like doesn't say anything, but is visibly frowning. Not at the gem, but at the I've just never tried another type. She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Here you
But she
go.
doesn't say anything.
Just have this, and it may work, it may not. If it does, I have lots more, and I'm absolutely willing to give them to you.
She takes the topaz and begins again tracing the tattoo along her collarbone. As she kind of stares at it. What would you do with this? Sorry, I'll try to get a little louder. What would you do with it? She kind of whispers to herself.
Experiment.
I'd be willing to try something different, but it's important that first, all walls that have been breached are regrown and all wounds are healed.
Yes, assume that all gets done.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
Okay.
timeline? Assume that we have infinite resources and infinite magical power to lend you.
Infinite resource, I guess. But then I'd be the weak link.
And
What's-
infinite magical power to lend you, Verona. What's the timeline?
Probably I could do 7 days, maybe less.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't have VTube fingers or anything, at least yet. But Burke does hold up 4 and 1 right in front of Vesper like it's common knowledge.
4 and 1. Like that's
Yep.
6. 5. Allie can do math.
Mhm.
Nice.
I look back at everybody and kind of like quietly under my breath be like, I wonder if we can rob Naldovia again.
I was also thinking that.
I mean, we know where it is.
Should it come to it?
Yeah. All right, let's do
And
it.
it's presumably less dangerous than it used to be.
Sir Star is just nodding along like, yeah.
Yeah. We can do this twice. Yeah, that sounds great.
No.
Also, so you say you need to ask permission of the city. What does that mean exactly? Is the city a living creature, a being? If so, what?
Sorry, I'm getting some popping on my end. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing that as well. She
Sure
once
are,
again.
boss.
You are getting the popping?
Yeah, it's fine. It's gone.
Don't love that. She grasps a ruby around her neck, a small ruby necklace. Not alive in the same sense that you are or I are, but it has a will and a purpose and a desire to fulfill it, more a force of nature, but smaller, certainly, than the wind or the rain or erosion or time.
Seems relatable.
One day I think I would love to hear your story. But this place's purpose is protection. How it manifests that is not helpful to those who want to live and breathe and see sunlight. Prince, your idea of a dome is exactly what it would do if given time and resources.
What's it trying to protect
Yes.
exactly?
Those within her walls. Us.
And I do suppose you've tried to explain to her that without sunlight and outside resources, people inside the city will die.
You don't argue with a thunderstone.
You know,
You don't argue with a thunderstorm, perhaps.
Storm.
if a dome is grown, can trees grow from it? And then it just looks hidden among the hills?
Hmm.
There's things to think about. I got, I don't know what's possible. But I definitely think we can work together. So what is this thing that we need to do?
Well, I require your aid to act as guardians to those undertaking the gauntlet this afternoon.
What's the gauntlet?
Come. I'll show you.
No, can you please just tell me? Please. Could you just explain?
It is a series of structures that is meant to test one's physical abilities and to work out excess energy.
It's an obstacle course. See? That was not difficult.
Admittedly, it was not difficult, but also unnecessary. We know what we want here and we know what we need to do, so we're going to go there anyway.
We
Oh,
are
yeah.
going to go there anyway, but I am not interested in going mysterious places anymore.
I mean, the last time we went somewhere mysterious, we knew where we were going.
Yep,
We
and so
still wound up somewhere else.
I like to have knowledge to operate on as much as we can right now.
Verona kind of looks you up and down, Vesper. I don't expect you'll need to change, if that's what you're concerned about.
I'm not worried that I'll need to change. You know what? Never mind. Let's go.
All right. Please follow me. And she gets up and heads out of the coffee shop. And I think this will be a great place for us to take a short rest. The players, not the characters. They're walking. They got shit to do. All right, everyone. We'll see you guys back in about 15 minutes. Bye.
Cool.
Welcome back, mortals and monsters. Glad to have you back with us. We are picking up right where we left off on the road to the gauntlet Verona is leading. Burke, give me a perception check
Yep.
while you guys walk.
Will do. Perception of 21.
Okay. One thing that you clock is that the majority of people that you walk by do step away and make room for Verona.
Mhm.
But they don't meet her eyes.
Cool.
And it's not that good.
Burke, as he's going by noticing this, is actually a little appreciative. He he had been kind of on her heels up until now, like trying to get her to go faster by like walking kind of behind her. But now that he's seeing that, he is going to back off a little bit.
Okay. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to ask you before. Just as he looks up at the sky as the sun has already crossed its zenith, beginning to travel back towards the horizon. Your friend. With your permission, I was hoping to test him separately. Before you make your decision, I want to assure you he will not be harmed.
We'll ask him.
Should we go get him?
Say again that, please, Allie?
Should we go get him then?
I believe that a different trial than the one that you are undertaking will be more appropriate. I'm not sure your friend would do too well at this early in the day.
Fair enough. Then we'll fetch him later.
Okay. Continue walking along. You pass by out of Southgate and into the Garden District. A series, you pass by a beautiful flower field that is minimally manicured. It seems to really embrace a much more natural beauty sort of aesthetic. As you past the flower field, you arrive at the gauntlet. As you and your companions enter it, you're greeted by a number of freestanding structures scattered evenly throughout the space. Each one boasts a unique name painted in bright, vibrant colors. It is the center. In the center of the park, you spot a tower that stands a height of around 20 feet. Its base adorned with moss and the words "Wizard's Tower" painted across in playful shades of pink. A child is tethered to a rope and can be seen climbing the tower with excitement. Nearby, a small wooden castle, painted haphazardly in yellow and orange, catches your eye. The words "Temple of Catastrophe" are written across the open drawbridge as another child emerges and slides from a slide within. As you look around, you notice several other structures, each with a name equally intriguing and ominous. Verona turns to you and says, "Welcome to the Gauntlet. You'll be responsible for the care and well-being of these valiant warriors. I entrust you with their safety and ask you tend to their needs to the utmost." She kind of gives you all a wry smile.
Yes, ma'am.
And 5 kids all clatter up. "Auntie Vernie!" They scream. You just see a smattering of elven, human, and half-elven children. Very young. All heading up. And she says, "Children, apprentices, these great warriors are here to be your guardians today. And a small human girl walks up to you, Vesper.
Mm-hmm.
She puts her hands on her hips and she says to you, "I'm a princess."
Vesper squats down in front of her and like rummages through her bag and pulls out like some like braided piece of, friendship bracelet or something and twists it around a couple times, puts it on her head and says, "Darn right you are."
And she squeals with joy, grabs your hand, and runs off. And she says, let me pull that up. And she says, "You will be my knight, and we will go traverse the
Did
Horror
you say
Heights.
any? The Horror Heights. What lives there?
Monsters."
Monsters.
And she runs over to a jungle gym that is painted with streamers coming down it, and there's a set of monkey bars that are labeled the Horror Heights that go at two ends of the playground.
Okay. I discreetly put my sword belt in a corner and go pick up 2 sticks.
Excellent.
Just like, I'm gonna put this. Verona, do you have cubbies or lockers or something?
I think I can handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I take it and just slide it in my backpack, like for the kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So it just disappears impossibly with like those wide eyes, like,
Yep.
ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Prestidigitate a
go
little, like,
fetch 2 sticks. And what did you say the girl's name was?
Her name is Ira.
Ira?
E-I-R-A. Yeah.
Ira. Yeah.
Mhm.
Vesper will pick up a stick and say, "Princess Ira, don't forget your sword," and she'll go play with her.
All right. Give me a... I guess persuasion's the closest thing.
Animal handling, but for children.
Animal handling, but for children. How do you handle the kittens?
No, I'll do persuasion. I'm an
Can I
expert
assist?
persuaser. Do you want? I feel like animal handling is rude.
No, no.
I mean-
appropriate.
I feel like it's rude, but not inaccurate.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to spend a superiority die then because I can't
have a
on
bardic
animal
inspiration.
handling.
Yep.
Bardic inspiration.
Plus 1
Got
D10.
you. Oh, it's a D10 now.
Ooh,
Spicy,
somebody's a big
spicy.
old bard these days.
Nice. That is 18 total with the bardic
Okay.
inspiration.
"Thank you, great knight. With this sword, we will vanquish all the horrors from the heights." And she takes it, and she, as she kind of picks up her skirts, and she kind of looks at the sword, and she looks at the monkey bars, and she looks at the sword, and she looks at her dress, and she takes it into her mouth. "Follow me!" And then she just puts it in her mouth, and she starts climbing the monkey bars together. Burke, a boy of maybe 6 or 7 years, human, walks up to you, and he goes, "You are big. Can I climb you?" And he starts and without waiting for an answer, he starts kind of like groping for the sides of your legs, to see if he can climb up your pauldrons and climb up your chest.
Burke just watches him.
After a series of few minutes, if you don't stop him in any way, he will reach the top of it and he will say, "I have vanquished the Metal Man!" And he's going to actually slip and fall.
Burke will actually try to catch him.
Give me an athletics roll.
Sure. Gee, that is a dirty 20.
Yeah, easy enough. You're able to catch him, and not really have to worry too much about harming the poor kid. But he does bellow his war cry as he lands, and he says, "All right, we will head We will head out to defeat the spider web. Come, knight, we will go. And he kind of he just stays in your arms and he points to a series of interwoven wooden branches that kind of form a dome, a climbable, crawlable dome. I don't know what they're actually called. Monkey cages?
I don't.
Jungle gym.
Yeah.
Jungle gym? That might be a jungle gym.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I know what you're
A
talking
dangerous thing that got banned forever ago from all
Yeah,
North
because I used
American.
to fall. in
Uh-oh,
the
I'm aging
center of them.
myself.
about. These days are soft.
Oh
Yep.
no, like we had one of those. You dangle upside down on it all
Yep.
the time.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
the one
You
I
can
had
hook
had
your
a
feet under
concrete
one
slab in
bar
the
and then your
center.
knees over another.
Yep. That's. I mean,
Yep.
if you're not upside down, what's the point of being in a playground?
Right.
Bert says, "Okay, big hero," and he'll
Aw.
take out his sledgehammer, put it on the ground. Take your weapon.
Yes.
His eyes gets really big, and he goes, "Really?" And so he chops down and tries to grab your maul. And I'm guessing your maul is something like 40 pounds.
According to D&D, it's like not actually that heckin' heavy.
Mhm.
By D&D rules, it's about 10 pounds.
Oh. Well, then he is totally going to drag it along, creating a small furrow in the ground as he does his best to drag this thing across the grass.
And Bert just follows him at a leisurely pace. Training is tactical.
Yep. Yes.
fun.
Yes. The girl, the elven girl that is on top of the wizard's tower, and she declares, "Which one of you will challenge my right to rule this land?" She's squinting and kind of making faces. Specifically, it's Sir Star.
Sir Star would look over at Talon and just give a nod and say, guess it's my turn. And he'll look back to the girl up above.
Mhm.
And he'll bellow out to her, I challenge you. As he draws his shield and starts strutting forward.
No one can conquer the wizard's tower. And she takes a number of small pieces of fruit that she has, some grapes, and starts chucking it down, raining down death. And as she bellows fake attack names. Ball of angry kittens!
As she starts throwing those down,
Mhm.
Sir Star would use his action to channel and create his duplicate.
Oh,
And
Sure.
they would start flipping and spinning around each other to dodge the grapes.
all right. Give me your choice. Athletics or perform?
Would be acrobatics instead of athletics.
Excuse me, acrobatics or perform? Thank you.
Athletics. I mean, acrobatics. We're going with that.
We'll get there maybe somehow.
Somehow, some way, we'll get
Yep.
there. That's a 19.
Dragons and dungeons.
There's children and playgrounds. That's the game we all signed up for, right, kids?
That's why I started playing this game.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
That was a 19.
It's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
So are you attempting to climb the tower? You and your duplicate? Or just trying to get near the
Yes.
tower?
Well, I mean, I assume I have to climb the tower, right? Or
Well,
can I go in
to
the
defeat
tower?
the evil wizard, absolutely. You got to climb the tower.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't go inside the tower, I'm climbing it.
Oh, it's
go.
just a climbing wall. Like a
Oh,
rock climbing
got
wall.
it. I'm
It's not
actually
actually a
I'm
tower.
picturing a
Yep.
small tower on this playground. Got it. Got
Oh,
it.
totally. It's just a rock climbing wall.
Oh yeah, no, he climbs up there.
All right. And as you roll the 19, so you and your duplicate. So, do you want to describe this? 'Cause this is pretty cool in my head, or I can take care of it.
No,
It
how about
sounds cool as hell. All right. So, as you boast your challenge to the evil wizard atop her tower, flinging foul spells at you, you pull your shield up, and your shield is covering your entire body as you bend down below your shield from her perspective. And as you lower it, the shield splits, and two of you break away on either direction and sprint in opposite directions, dodging her deadly projectile grapes, and bound towards the tower. And she explodes and giggles in glee as she sees two of you scaling the tower at opposite sides, and she attempts to lay waste with her very powerful spells to attack you. She's going to do her darn damnedest and really be heckin' cute about it. And I think she's actually going to... Your AC is what, like 19 with shield out?
Yep.
Oh yeah, she's not going to be able to... All grapes miss as you acrobatically dodge and weave and avoid these deadly projectiles while climbing to take the wizards down from her evil tower.
And as he's approaching the top of that tower,
Mhm.
just for show for the little one, he'll let his shield get hit with one of the grapes, and it'll fly out of his hand as he
Okay, now
climbs
that I
over
want
the
to
top.
perform check. That sounds awesome and adorable.
Are you trying to warm us up to LARPing? Because this feels like you're warming us up to LARPing.
LARPing's great. I'm gonna press to digitate that like some magical effect that grape had on the shield
Yep.
and attempt
love
to
this.
give him aid
Okay.
for the roll.
Yeah, I love that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
what
roll
does
with
that mean?
advantage.
Oh, advantage.
Yeah,
I will
hell yeah.
happily take that. That is far worse. I will take my first one at a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Okay.
I rolled a 16 and then a 2.
So with every intention of, as you've been working and fighting and warring and living and surviving alongside these people for months in incredibly dangerous and deadly situations, you know each other's fighting styles very well. And Talon recognizes the moment where you shift your body with the intention of getting in the way of an attack that would have otherwise missed you. And Sir Star, you are focused on your adversary and putting on a good show. What you don't notice is Talon in the background doing something a little bit tricksy. And while you intend to drop the shield as this grape hits, what you don't expect is the grape to explode in a puff of small fire as it detonates on impact, making the smallest little... really, it affects mostly your sense of smell than anything else, as it's a bit of a acrid smoke hits your nose as this grape then combusts. And as your shield then launches and flies away, she says from atop the tower, "See, my power is supreme. You can never take my tower." And she ducks behind and begins to climb down the rope and begins to run to one of the other attractions, giggling and laughing the whole way. These are really cute and fun, and I'm really happy we're doing them. Thank you. Sorry you hate LARPing, Ian, but I'm having a great time. A little girl approaches you, Talon.
Hello.
And she kind of, she doesn't look you in the eye. She kind of looks down at the floor. But she grabs onto your pant leg and kind of pulls on a little bit. And she goes, "Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
How'd you make the grape explode?"
Ah, you see. I know magic. And when I say that, I press to digitate my eyes to shimmer a purpley color and look fun and get wide-eyed and excited. A very fun magic that can make today a fantastical world for all of you.
I think I'd like that. What else can you do?
Well, a minor illusion. It's a little bit of music playing, a sound, right? A minor illusion, like a little whistled tune going on in the background, Well, I can sing and dance, and I go into a routine. And pull out the lute,
Give me a perform.
start singing
Hell yeah.
with magic, shooting off little things as I'm going to like highlight little drums. And it's like a fun, silly sort of, jump around dance song. And I rolled a natural 20.
Hell flippin' yes. And your perform is what?
Nice,
Plus
nice.
13 or
13, so
something
that's
nonsense?
a 20. That's a 33.
Boop.
Damn right it is.
So these kids are getting the best show of almost anyone's ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all about it.
I'm picturing Death and Smoochie before Robin Williams went evil.
Oh, dude, and I'm like, again, whipping out minor illusions and, like, pulling little objects out of nowhere and having sounds come around and, little images of things that are fun. Like, they want to see monsters. They don't see real monsters, right? It's like a little growl in there somewhere or, like, cute, fun monsters,
Right.
Prestidigitation of different colors and, like, their sticks become pink or purple or red or brown or whatever as I'm doing stuff. And they'll point it at somebody and little sparks will shoot out like they did in Magic, but it's not going to do anything really. If one of them falls down and gets scuffed, they'll do mending, and that
Sure.
the scuff for the stuff like that. Animal friendship. Have a little bird come sit on my shoulder and have a dance with me, and then that's what I do.
That's super cool. Well, I think it's not an exaggeration to say that you pull every child's attention on you. And while all what they were doing, while they were trying to slay dragons or defeat those dastardly good knights trying to take down their evil towers, climbing or whatever, they all start to kind of focus on the incredible children's show that Talon's putting on.
Sweet.
And you just see, leaning up against one of the areas, the walls against the playground, Verona just sits back and smiles as watches.
As this show pulled the children, like you said, they were pulling the children that were currently playing with all of us.
Yep.
Okay, so then as we get pulled back to the crowd, Sir Star actually makes his way over to Talon, and in a subtle sidle behind him, he'll use Disguise Self to make himself look like Talon.
Oh, that's
He'll
fun.
pull out his own instrument and start playing.
Very cool. Give me a perform. With advantage.
I mean, I'm not really trying to take over his performance.
No,
Really
I think
hating
you're
it.
supporting it and
you're fine.
enhancing it.
Okay,
I don't think
cool.
that you're trying to go against him or anything.
And
I think
have
this
a
is
bardic
wonderful.
inspiration too.
Awesome.
Ooh,
Take an extra
what is that,
D10.
the D10?
Yeah.
Ooh, baby, I will take that.
And while you're rolling, I would like you to know, I'm also using enthralling performance.
Amazing.
I'm not going to do anything with
No.
the charm, but it's just, the funk.
Funk is real and it has a rhythm and beat of its own.
That is going to be a 23.
Hell yeah. So, as Sir Star, Knight and Paladin, impossibly nimble, spins behind the flowing cloak of Talon. The briefest of moments, your image is eclipsed. And then out bursts second Talon. Like you said, it was never your intention to overshadow or overtake what he's doing. But it is to provide a harmony, as you've done many times before in your performance. You go around the kids and gather one of them up and have them dance along with you. And play. Simple, joyous play.
We did it. We won D&D.
We
The chillins.
Something
The
that
chillins.
may have been more necessary for you than maybe you realized. Well, they're performing. Vesper, give me a perception check, please.
That's good. What's my perception? Plus 6, 23.
Cool, that's really good. So as you're looking around, this incredibly wild, elaborate playground, it's pretty bare. It's large. There's room for tons and tons of kids here. In fact, you see, maybe at the edge of the flower garden beyond the gauntlet, another kid kind of peek up there. But their parent grabbed their hand and quickly ushered them away. You also notice that while the kids are dancing and laughing and singing, one of their shirts kind of gets untied as they are dancing around. And you see the tiniest thorn tattoo sprouting from right over the kid's heart. Similar to Verona's, but much smaller.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That makes sense. She called them her apprentices. She played her hand already.
Yep, she did. No surprises there. Everyone's on the same page. After
Don't
your
have
performance-
anything to say about that while the chillins are here.
Nah, for sure not. But just kind of getting some more what's going on with the world. After the performance, the kids, very much excited by your presence, kind of huddle up and decide that they want to challenge y'all to a game of Red Rover. Y'all play a bunch of different games. You don't have to roleplay through all of them, but for several hours, as the sun begins to go down, you're just playing. The last game you play, what's up?
Here's just a little side note. Anytime Sir Star spends at least 10 minutes, like, interacting with a kid,
Yep.
he's going to be inspiring them through that time. And they're going to walk away with 14 extra hit points of temporary
That's
points.
awesome.
Just 12 more hit points than they have normally.
These are the beefiest kids that can get pushed off a cliff and be fine.
Exactly. They're ready to, like, fool around on the playground and get hurt a bit.
Good. Yeah.
As
What
they
kind of
say,
monster would hurt children?
fool
Cough,
around and find out.
cough. Yeah, right.
Kid friendly,
That's really
kid
good.
friendly.
I like that a
is-
lot.
That is
What's
a
up?
good call because Burke is definitely arming his child with a crossbow. He has no interest in playing like actual games with this kid. He's just training him how to like hit things inside the Spider-Verse or whatever the playground bit was.
Yeah, the spider web, little jungle gym.
Mhm.
That seems terrifyingly on point for him, and I do love that, and hate it. It's wonderful. Thank you, Burke.
Yeah. Running the kid through drills.
What would that be? Leadership is not a thing. That's a feat that used to exist. Huh. Persuasion? Train a kid?
Oh,
Hmm.
all right, sure.
Yeah, give me a persuasion roll.
With my -1, that's still a 14.
Okay. Y'all should be very concerned that this kid's shooting straight, and Burke is now training a new soldier. Burke, if I remember correctly, you took was a little human boy. He's like 7 years old, and now he's like having proper crossbow reloading technique. I mean, you can't pull the damn thing back, but he can aim.
Apparently, a heavy crossbow is almost twice as heavy as my maul. Which I don't understand. Thanks D&D Beyond, but
That's sure. Why not? That's fine.
So yeah, the thing's on the ground, and every time the kid shoots it, then Burke will set it on the ground and reload it,
Amazing.
crank it back up.
Yeah. I'm going to assume that with your careful tutelage and your expert advice, he does not shoot any of the other chillins. Although they could survive it thanks to Sir Star's bonus hit points. But please, let's not
each
test this.
time.
What's up?
Up to 6 people each time.
Amazing. That's so cool.
So maybe they can be winged just a little bit.
Oh my god.
And even,
It's
you
a
know,
D10
I got a
plus
song of
stuff.
rest. So
Yeah.
if anybody is hurt, we
mean-
just make a lullaby and they're okay.
Yeah. D&D mechanics are wild.
Yeah, we're not winging children. It's fine.
I mean, if we were monetized, that would probably break it immediately.
I mean. Vesper has gently steered the other children away from the aiming zone. Okay.
I don't think this is what's supposed to be happening.
What am I gonna do? Stop him? No.
No, definitely not.
He's participating. Shh,
He's
leave him
doing
be.
a great job. Burke is doing the best job right now. So don't stop. Don't stop the Burke. The last game of the evening is a game of hide and seek, where all the kids they asked Sir Star to hide first.
And also last, because they will never find him.
Right.
Oh, well,
So Sir Star, why don't you give me a nice little stealth roll?
Sir Star is not going to play nice.
No, I didn't think he would.
Sir Star, as he's tapping at his nose, looking at all of the kids before walking away, is going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Oh, mean. Oh, so
Sir
mean.
Star has been playing nice all day. No longer.
Now they'll see the wrath of the invisible paladin.
Boom, we get
Give me that
that.
stealth roll.
We do that.
It's okay.
That is good.
Who's the
34. Math.
Jesus. Okay. Sir Star, you have 7 choices. You have the Tower of Catastrophe. You have the Wizard's Tower, the Pit of Despair, the Spider's Web, the Horror Heights, the Kelpie Pool, or the Spinning Vortex. Those are your 7 structures you could hide in.
We'll go with the pit.
The Pit of
Despair.
Despair. It's a sandbox. You bury yourself in this sandbox. And after about 15 minutes, the kids start getting less psyched about this game when they just cannot find you. And so they start asking help from your fellow party members, which I also don't think can hit your 34, which is amazing.
Anyone can find him.
How long do you stay hidden for?
Magic, maybe? I don't know.
No.
Maybe? True Sight won't help.
No.
It's
Yeah.
just a good ass stealth roll.
You're not invisible. You just
No,
stand
Good ass
You're-
stealth roll
you're
with
just
Pass
buried in
Without
sand.
Trace.
Yep. Yep.
He would let that go for about 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
an age to a child.
Oh yeah.
Those
Hey,
They
poor kids.
moved on
Like,
They
"Sorry,
moved
17
on.
minutes
got
ago.
coffee, kids. We should
No,
just
it
play
would
the, play the next
really
round.
really more so it would be along the lines of when Sir Star hears that his companions are starting to get involved. Ooh, wait, hold on. Let me read one thing real quick. 'Cause
Burke's child, who he has absolutely not
Ooh.
actually asked the name of, has managed to put a child-sized hole in the web of child toy or whatever the fuck it's called.
Spider's web.
Spider's web, there we go. Has managed to put a
child-sized
child-sized hole by using the maul, which he is now able to lift and kind of swing.
Nobody give this man a child.
Oh my god.
This is a terrible idea. What have I done?
So as Star hears his companion starting to get involved, he's actually just gonna gently reach down to his pocket, and he's gonna touch a sending stone, and he's gonna send a very quiet message to Vesper, saying,
Amazing.
"I'm in the sandbox."
Vesper will put her hands on her hips and huff out. He's just so sneaky. I don't know if any of us have the skills to find him, kids. I think you're going to have to dig for him like he's buried treasure. Where could we possibly dig?
In the Kelpie... No, that's water. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Well,
See
I'm
that?
afraid
The
he
pit
wouldn't
of
hide
despair.
underwater. Maybe he's in the pit of despair. Have we checked there yet?
No! And then, like,
Okay.
3 kids, like, running along ahead as fast as the little legs can carry them, which I'm always picturing, like, infant legs, which is not probably right, because they're older than that, and they actually have proper motor control, but in my head, they're way less coordinated than that. And they run over, and they all start...
Last time you were around a 6-year-old.
it's been a minute.
They are fast.
They are fast little guys. Actually, no. I have several friends with kids around that age right now. And they all jump into the sand pit. So Star, you definitely get several impacts of around 20 to 30 pounds, all jumping on your chest and arms as they begin to jump into the pit and start digging for you.
Mine starts waddling over with the big old maul. +1 maul.
Oh, God.
As soon as a hand gets on Sir Star, he explodes in motion and yelling, "Ah, you finally found me!"
Yeah! And they cheer. And then, all right, it goes, our turn, you find us. And then they all just kind of go scattering. Close your eyes, count to 100. And they all just scatter.
Vesper does the 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100, just
Right.
to see what they say. Like,
Oh. While you guys are
You're
counting,
cheating! No cheating!
well,
gonna go
how do
by-
you count?
I'm gonna go by one of the
Second.
kids
Uh-huh.
and just play a couple, a little bar, and like best of luck, kid. And I'm gonna cast invisibility on him.
Oh! Wow. Okay. Amazing. Wonderful. Awesome. That's ridiculous, and I'm fucking here for it. You have 2 male. You have a human male, human female. Sounds so freaking sterile when I say it that way. 5 kids. They all have names. There's Ira, Rowan, Astrid, Nessa, and Adric. Pick your favorite child you want to make disappear.
Hold on. I'm just
What's
gonna
up?
roll
What's the
between
name
1
of
and
my
10.
first D&D character.
Sure.
As what you
All right.
named
She was an
off, the
asshole.
last one.
All right. It's a male elf.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's one of the older kids.
all right. Well, he's invisible, and he may not even know
Amazing.
that he's invisible.
Yep. It takes him a while, but he will figure it out.
And I'm definitely concentrating on that.
Beautiful. That is the best use of a spell I think I've heard in ages, and I'm fucking here for it. All right. So, everyone, give me perception checks as I roll for all of these non-invisible chillins.
I rolled the natural one.
Amazing.
Can't find any children. It's a 7 total.
I have a 22.
Beautiful. All right. 7 total, not great. 22. Yeah. Sir Star, you were able to immediately see 3 of them, actually.
Nah.
Some elude you. One is cheating by being invisible, and one is just really good at hiding.
Ooh, nice.
Talon?
I got a 16.
Okay. You likewise see 3 of them. And Burke, do you care, or are you just going to hang out and just rest for a while?
Burke doesn't give a shit.
I didn't think so. All right. Yeah. One of them, 2 of them, you guys can't find for a while.
I'm not
And
trying
you-
very hard after that.
Say again? Yeah.
Like, oh, it's
And then-
so
and then-
strange. Where have they all gone?
And then you hear, do you give up?
They're so good at hiding.
I guess we're all going to have to go have snacks without them if we just can't find them.
No, I'm here. I'm here. You hear somebody jumping in front of you, Vesper, but you can't see them.
I'm gonna I can sense where they are, right? So I'm gonna squat down real quick and wrap my arms around them and pick them up I found you,
Yay!
Sneaky boy, sneaky boy.
Snacks. And so, yeah,
I'll stop concentrating.
the game. Say again? That's
I'll
amazing.
stop concentrating.
Okay, yeah. And so surrounding you, there's 4 children. and all chanting about snacks.
New childhood fear unlocked. People can't see me.
Oh,
What's up?
no. You-
And I don't get
God.
the snacks.
if there's like at least a 20% chance that if these were IRL children age 5 or under, you could turn them invisible and they would immediately start screaming in panic like, "Oh my god, no.
That's
Nobody
really
can
funny.
see me. I don't exist." It's
I
very
would just cast
child
I have-
thing to do.
see
I don't remember
invisibility.
myself.
I can
Yeah.
see, but they can't.
Yeah.
There are 4 kids when there were 5. One's missing.
And I guess which one is missing?
The little girl Astrid. The one who asked Talon about his magic.
Would you say we're
I guess-
familiar with these kids?
Say again, Peercy?
Would you say that we're familiar with these children? With the kids now? Or
Sure.
not?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, that's all I want to know. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry,
Oh, you're good.
No.
Vesper.
It's
You've been
fine
hanging
at
with them
first.
for like several hours.
At first, all Vesper would do would be like, "Well, I guess Astrid really doesn't want any snacks. But she's
And
won the
there's
game, so maybe she'll
Island.
get an extra snack." And like, just seeing if she can lure her out, not thinking anything immediately. And also not
Yeah.
wanting to panic the other chillins.
Right. And as time goes by and she doesn't show up.
I won't let very much time go by.
Yeah, once,
'Cause-
you know,
'cause a
a
kid
couple
not
minutes
re-
have passed and she doesn't
Yeah.
come out, it's like, okay.
Let me. This may seem like a. You know what? Whatever. I'm having fun. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. I'm gonna cast Sending to Astrid.
Hey, kiddo.
Oh. Oh wow. All right. Let's just fucking go. All right, let's burn all the spells. I love this. What do you say?
You guys
Astrid.
get spells?
Would you like
Right.
to join us for snacks? We are in front of the Tower of Doom. We miss you.
Or of catastrophe? No, hold on, she can't that's the one response. It's probably not what she should be saying, which is very funny. If she does,
She doesn't know.
and just correct. Yeah, she doesn't know how to respond.
Right.
Yeah. Then she says, "You mean the Tower of Catastrophe?"
I'll cast it again. You are, yes, the Tower of Catastrophe. We're awaiting you to join us in your magical glory for snacks. Where are you?
I got stuck in the maze. I don't know how to get out. Can you come get me?
We'll be right there. She's stuck in the maze. We need to go help her get out. Which is my next question. What and where is the maze?
Yep.
You can actually see, if you just stand up and look around, there is a large living, hedge grove, like hedge maze kind of structure, just to the north of you.
Okay.
Of course, it's not really easy to see that it's a maze from your perspective, but it is very well shaped in that there's a lot of clear, sharp lines, not so much in that there are right angles in this structure, but that the exterior hedges are very, very much like tall and uniform in kind of thickness and smooth curvature, as opposed to like a naturally sprouting bush that will just, they're very straight. In the Z dimension, we'll go with that.
Gotcha.
I feel like as veteran D&D players, all of us have thought long and hard about how to not participate in hedge mazes. One of us
Well,
has
it-
fly, right?
Yes.
Oh fuck! I forgot.
I want you
thinking
to
about
know,
this, Brandon.
Ian, that Jay said the words to me earlier today. How do I prevent Burke from Kool-Aiding? I don't think I can.
True.
I mean, that was my
expectation-
first thought, but
My expectation was Burke would just straight up Kool-Aid through every problem here.
Mhm.
And I said, let the man Kool-Aid.
I was like, yeah, it's not fair to stop him from Kool-Aiding. A man's got a Kool-Aid, a man's got a Kool-Aid.
but also fly.
Yep.
Got it.
Fair enough.
Should you take one more person with you, do you think? Just in case? Is Verona still around? Or is she gone? She fucked off.
Let's see, what time is it? It's just after sunset, so yeah, she took off.
Yeah, at least. And because I don't want to leave the rest of the kids alone.
No, that's
but
what I was gonna say.
I really have, also don't feel comfortable not having you all there.
I don't mind staying. It's fine. The three of you together have the skills to find them. I can handle. What was it? Four kiddos minus
4
the one
kiddos.
missing. Yeah,
And you have
I can-
snacks.
yeah. So I can handle 4 kids when I have these. And she holds up a little basket of granola bars or whatever.
Yep.
Orange slices.
Yeah, exactly.
Side note. Hey, DM, earlier
Yep.
you said
Yep.
that I felt resistance
Uh-huh.
when I called my steed,
Yes.
but you also, in the next sentence, said I had access to my powers and abilities, and we didn't resolve whether or not my steed showed up.
It did not.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Sorry about that. Got distracted.
It sounds like you don't have access to all your powers and abilities.
Exactly.
You can feel them. There are definitely those connections in your mind, your soul, and your being are still there. But on the other end, the line's not picking up right the way that it should.
Okay.
Um,
Well, let's go over there.
I can
then.
stay. It's all right. That way they won't freak out. Also,
That's fair.
So, what's your plan?
I'll walk over to the hedge maze and start looking for Astrid.
Okay. Give me a survival roll, please.
meanwhile, I've roped the kids into the toss peanuts into each other's mouths game.
Excellent. I already know
Do I
you're all getting
also
all the
roll?
inspiration this time.
Do I also roll, or do I give him advantage?
Give me
What did
advantage.
What do you want? Okay, he gets
Yeah,
advantage.
go for it.
Okay. I mean, okay.
Unless you want to give me advantage.
8? I would rather do that. But
Oh,
if
yeah,
we're all
do
going
that.
together,
Do
like,
that.
I'd rather not be the one rolling
Yeah, I would rather be the one doing this check anyway.
and
Yeah, go for it.
giving it
Okay.
to you and some and a bardic inspiration that I only have 2 left of now.
Ooh, nice. I will take
Awesome.
that gladly. Nope, that's not the right one.
Aha, that's how I get you to use your resources. Have you play with kids? Ah.
It's so true, though.
I
it?
absolutely love the flagrant
27.
burning of all your abilities. Excellent. Okay.
I mean, Burke
So-
hasn't used any of his rages.
I mean, has he
That's
not?
probably
I
good.
think he's been internally screaming this entire time. That's my theory, anyways.
No, he's in like combat training mode. It's fine.
I thought
Hey,
that
he's in
was
his
just
element.
Soldier.
tradition.
Future meat shield, come hold this crossbow.
Mhm.
Is it 27?
Yes.
Thank you. So tracking something that you were good at before entering in the service of your god. And as your connection to him grew, those skills only became more heightened of be able to track and find and locate and learn. Kids suck to try to find. They are very, very difficult because they don't weigh anything. And so unless they particularly run into something, their little bodies don't really make a whole lot of... Not a lot really moves. You're not going to break a stick, right? You're not going to have a large depression in the earth. The things that you're looking for with bodies this small are like bent blades of grass. Knowing this,
Burke has started just being like, child, 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 and
Fair.
seeing if he gets a response as he just walks along behind them.
goddamn amazing. But you are able to see some pieces of grass that have been not necessarily laid flat, but bent in a somewhat regular pattern of approximately the width of a child's stride.
Oh, fuck, tracking, that's a thing. Right.
As you bend down to look for this chillin'. So you find that they definitely moved into the maze.
Yeah, he keeps going.
Okay. So as the three of you enter into the maze, you notice the maze it shifts and moves. The way that you entered it is now closed. And if y'all would like to pop out in a Shmeppy with me, I'll hide Vesper in the void.
Does void.
And you see in front of you this. Dewey has the maps.
I am in the map.
Map. Excelente. Awesome. Okay. So now you all have your links to our lovely little Shmeppy map.
So wait, you said that the entrance is closed behind us, or
Yes. Like the bushes and trees came together as you walked in. I said something funny. I probably said
no, just on stream we got flashed with a character.
Do we have some Peercy background?
I wasn't expecting to see that surfer all up in my face.
Oh,
But here we are.
Switch it.
Oops, diddle. All good.
So as soon as Burke sees that, he bells out, "Vesper!" to see if she can hear and potentially respond.
Am I even close enough to hear that
I mean,
shit?
you're not far, right? Like the city's not huge. Like you're probably... Give me a perception check. It's not unreasonable for you to hear it, but it's also not like you're probably 30, maybe as many as 50 yards away.
9.
No, you're busy
No.
singing songs with kids.
Mm-hmm. If you wanted us all to go, you should have brought another babysitter. I'm not going to leave a bunch of 6-year-olds by themselves.
That is reasonable. That is completely reasonable. That's a word that I tried to say and failed.
Completely.
Completely.
Why I was hoping that Verona hadn't left.
That's kind of why I was trying to poke at it. Like, oh, is Verona back yet? No.
Well,
Okay.
she is walking back now with Ryan in tow.
It's fine. You said what you said.
Oh, she did what she meant to do, is went and got Ryan after
makes
sunset.
sense.
And she does walk up. Sees Vesper and the 4 children. Something's happened.
I am now... Hold on, what would I be doing now? I'm teaching them to do somersaults now. Like, all right,
Amazing.
come here. No, do it in the grass, buddy. You're going to land a rock. Come on.
Beautiful.
There is a child trying to do somersaults with an 18-pound crossbow in their hands.
Yeah, darling. Why don't I take that from you and let me hold that while you
No,
do. You
it's
gotta
my
use both
weapon
hands.
of
You wanna
destruction.
do it? I mean, I'll give it back to you. I promise.
Okay, well, all right. Do
I
it
can
first.
shoot it just. I want to know a secret?
Yes.
I can actually shoot that crossbow better than Uncle Bert can. And look at how small I am compared to him.
He can shoot it too. I thought he just holds it. I thought he's just a walking armory.
No.
Oh.
He's got these little bolts that have plunger tips on them, and they stick to things.
How you storm castles?
Yeah, that's how you storm castles, with plunger crossbow bolts. I can show you.
I want to storm it.
Yeah, but you gotta do a somersault first.
Okay. Somersault
That way
storm
you
castle.
you can dodge the plungers that are coming at you.
And he does like a little dance as he's trying to dodge, as trying to do a somersault, and just ends up as a pile of limbs on the floor.
Yeah.
He attempts too much.
I take the crossbow and I like tuck it somewhere away, hoping that he will forget about it. In the
good chance.
15
Real good
minutes
chance.
that we're doing this. Yep.
Yep. Perfect. Verona comes back with Ryan. Seems your friends are occupied.
Well, it seems that little Astrid's better at hide and seek than we gave her credit for.
Oh, yeah, I've stopped letting her hide. She's very good.
Yeah, well, she's gotten herself lost in the maze, so they're out to take care of that.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, why
So
don't I
what,
look
what
after
can we
these
expect?
for you?
Before I go in there, what can we expect in this maze? I just watched the door close behind them, the opening, so that was, one thing.
Oh dear. Is the 21st? Oh, it is.
I'll
isn't
take
it?
your word for it.
Normally
My
it should be fine.
my sense of time is just really a mess.
I know what you mean. It's too much work to be done. You never know what day it is.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Normally no, but I believe we are having. There was supposed to be a training exercise there today. This is not a good day to go in the maze.
Why don't I make a suggestion? Considering it's, 40 feet that way. Children can't climb fences, and she puts her hand about shoulder height, about that high, unless you provide them handholds. Just for future reference.
You and I know very different levels of resourceful children.
Well, it's been a while since I've been around children who are highly motivated to escape, but she sort of gestures to, the playground place, they don't seem particularly motivated to escape.
No. Let me try to make sure that they're as happy as they can be.
Right, if you provide enough enrichment for a child in their proper environment, then they should have little need to escape their proper environment, right? And by the time they're old enough and tall enough to unlatch the gate from the other side, then you know you've lost all hope. So... But you cross that bridge when you come to it.
Civics advice under advisement. And maybe we can install a larger fence.
That's all. That's all. I just feel like this is a solvable problem,
Yes, certainly I'm sure it is. In the meantime,
Alright.
would you make sure she's okay?
Yeah, well, they're already on it, but I will, and she'll, hand the child she's been holding to, who, bunked her head doing somersaults. Okay. Here you go. Verona will take care of you.
And, yeah, Ryan goes, she wants to do a thing with me. We'll talk about it later.
She's gonna throw you to the wolves or something. We're expecting that too, so we'll figure it out.
All right, well, you have fun doing your thing. I'm gonna go do my thing.
Yep,
See you later.
do your thing. Enjoy. Don't spook
You too.
the kids, alright? Keep your teeth to yourself. That part she says very quietly.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll hustle off. And she'll try to climb the fucking hedge. It's hedge, right? So theoretically you can get some finger and toe holds in there.
Yeah.
She's gonna go up the top.
Give me a acrobatics or athletics, your choice. Probably athletics would make more sense.
Athletics
but...
is fine. I can do that. Yeah. That's a 18.
Okay. you definitely get a good grip on it, and you begin to start climbing it. Though as you do, your handholds do writhe under you as you're climbing over it.
Well, if you'd
And-
make a doorway for me, she says to it, then I wouldn't have to be doing this now, would I?
Amazing.
No
And
shrink, only grow.
But did she ask?
That's valid.
that was-
Fucking valid.
She did not ask at all.
She like gets halfway up, says that, and then is like, "Would you make a doorway for me?"
And actually, thorns blossom under her hands, and you take 4 points of piercing damage as shitty thorns.
I grew up around shitty plants. I'm not fucking afraid of you. And she climbs faster.
Perfect. All right, so you'll take 4 points of piercing damage as you hop over, and we'll throw you back into the
Doesn't even correct my
Shmeppy thing.
temporary hit points.
Oh no. All the temporary hit points, super helpful. And now we have all of you on to Shmeppy.
Is there a canopy over us, or is it open?
No, I didn't think to be that smart.
Also, I just climbed over the wall, so I probably wouldn't have done that if I saw a roof.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have, but
Burke this whole time has just been saying, "Child, Vesper."
that's what I've been
Child.
following. Once I get like close
Vesper.
to the wall, I hear Burke, and I'm like, scramble up the wall. And that you guys hear, I've grown up around shitty plants all my life. I'm not scared of you. She's
Which
like
is just like the
clambering over
greatest moment to enter into a battle before. It's very
Yeah.
good. Your sister would be very proud.
it. Yeah, well, where do you think the fucking shitty plants came from?
Like I said, I think your sister would be very proud.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so you are here in the hedge maze, about to fly over everything and end this challenge.
Okay. So we're all here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you guys can give me 10 minutes, I'm going to see if I can find her real quick.
Can you give me my swords vest, please?
Oh, yeah, here.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
No, I didn't need them up until literally this moment. She
Yeah.
plucks a thorn out of her hand.
Just
I feel like it wouldn't do much to you considering the calluses that you've had for wielding swords your whole damn
No,
life.
100%. It didn't hurt, but
It's a bit annoying.
can't leave it in there. It'll still get infected.
Yeah, gotta take that thing out.
and just in case, like just in case. Just in case. I cast see invisibility.
There's Mark in the background.
Thank you, Ian. Oh, God. You're really good at that.
So Star draws this weapon and just starts walking circles while waiting for Talon.
And I'll cast fly off the Bandore.
All right. Well, Control Alt unlock shit. Let me undo the fog of war. As you go about 40 feet up, and if you're watching, you can see our lovely, lovely friend to the channel, At Traxian Bear?
Here?
I don't know, man. We're flying over maps. We're just revealing everything. It's all good.
Veggie bear.
Veggie Bear.
Veggie bear.
Veggie Bear 2. Veggie Bear 3.
Aprosaurus.
GVS and GVWs and some other stuff. Whatever. There's stuff
Who
around.
knows? Could be anything.
No, I mean, you could see what they is if you're going to hop up there. And you do hear some... I can't
can't
even
fly.
show you. You do hear a high-pitched kind of squealing from over in this area.
Okay. So I have 60 feet of fly per movement per round, and I can make this last for 10 minutes.
Yep.
So let's go 30 feet up. Sounds good.
Yep. That gives you a pretty good view of most of it. I reveal all of it because,
I'm gonna
you're
keep
going
flying
to be
in
able to
directions.
do this pretty quickly.
So it may
I
take
honestly forgot you guys
me
had fly.
Never assume the party cannot fly.
2.5
I mean, I was like
rounds.
thinking, it's like, nobody's got a broom. Okay, who would have fly?
Also,
Don't-
be opportunistic.
Yep.
If we've asked you if there's a roof, just say yes.
There is
True.
now, he said.
There is now.
Exactly. I mean,
As the
if we weren't,
the hedge grows atop you, as they watch you doing this fly stuff, and they just now Talon's on his own above the thing, and everything else just closed off. There you
I
go.
believe it
Perfect.
here.
Awesome. Great.
But
What's up?
it takes me like 2.5 rounds to get there
Yep.
from
The
where I
center.
hear the kind of screaming.
Yep. And what you see is a massive creature made of interwoven vines that resembles, well, some of the creatures that you saw in High Hollow. This be dino vine things.
I want to ride it. No.
I mean,
No.
you know what? You're
Wait.
not the only one. Atop it, squealing and laughter, is Astrid.
A dramatic pause. I'm like, well, we'll never know what it is now he's gone.
Yes.
Call dropped.
Little bit of like literally jaw drop, and I just say, Astrid from above, and then fly down and ride the Taporosaurus with her.
I'm gonna need you to have an animal. I can really say that well. Animal. Check.
Hamina.
Have it.
Animal.
Check.
That's the one.
All right, hold on a second.
The worst part is it's not the first time I've done that because my brain goes,
What
I
if
do it all the freaking time because my brain still says animal handling, and then there's just too many animals. Animal, and then it's now
Says animal or something.
it's made of plants?
Stupid. What's the handle plant check? Handle plant.
handle plant Hanama. That's what I said. Hanama check.
It's made of plants,
It is made of plants. Yes.
but it has it is an animal.
Ish.
I mean, I used handle animal to interact with children earlier, so what's
Is it a
truly an
creature?
animal?
It is a quasi-sentient construct.
Is it technically a monster?
It's not a PC, it's a monster.
It's not a PC. Yeah. It could be a monster, sure.
Okay. Then just charm monster.
I mean, fucking facts. Let's go. What's our save?
17.
Jesus Christ, man. All right.
You roll well. You could just blow past this.
I mean, we could.
But I'll
We
just
do
cast-
roll
I
well.
can't
We
cast
roll
it
really
again.
well, and we still fail.
Yes.
Uh,
I can't concentrate
awesome.
on fly anymore, though.
that's okay. So you basically land on this thing by 5-10 feet. As it goes to swipe at you, you go, "No, we're friends." And it goes, "Cool, we're friends." And you land on its back.
Yes, and then we ride it back to our friends.
And then you hear, "Nova, you're not supposed to. Who are you?" And you see behind you a old half elf, wielding a staff, kind of like looking completely confused as you ride his construct out of the garden.
Hello.
Cut.
My name is Talon, and I am Talon. Yeah.
Hi, Ted. What just happened? As
I'll bring it
as
back,
the
I promise.
as you basically just trample through the garden, and you head back to your friends, just completely taking in very little account of the garden. Believe it or not, it flees out of your way, so the hedges part as you race through them, so that it's not to be crushed.
No, you're fucking
As
trampled.
you and the Topiosaurus, because that's what I freaking called it, because you're
Amazing.
welcome, and Astrid all right upon this darn thing, running back out, and then probably running out through the edge of the garden, and basically all the way back to your friends and through.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just the whole idea is crunch, 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 crunch.
Yep.
Hey guys.
I get the fuck out of the way. Yep.
And
Yeah, I mean that's probably wise.
and if it's charmed by me, I'm like, let's
Yep.
roar, buddy.
And then it just kind of opens its mouth, and it just kind of you hear a bunch of like
Minor-
rustling leaves.
Minor illusion. Roar.
Best thing ever. So as you exit the maze on this thing roaring, Peercy?
Yes.
Okay, if you do. Okay, so as you exit and the thing bends over and roars, it's a great roar, you see 5 individuals, all armed to the teeth, led by a drow woman that has tattoos all up and down her ears, eyebrows, with 2 wicked-looking blades, kind of just stopped and staring at this going, huh?
Hello. We're having fun today.
And she just looks at you, completely flabbergasted. And I'm tempted to end here. No, I'll have some resolution first.
Yeah, why don't we
We can
resolve
do some resolution. Yeah.
this bit?
You ready to go home, Astrid?
Yes, please.
All right, kiddo. Let's go home.
That was fun.
Did you
And
guys come here
so-
to fight the creatures?
Yeah, it's training night. Nova Beaumont. She gives you a sword salute as she presses the guard to her temple. And yourself?
Talon. Yes. I think that's what I'll go
All
by
right,
now.
Talon.
Just Talon.
All right, just Talon. I guess we will face that beast later. We'll let you reset. Assuming that you guys aren't quite ready for us then yet.
Oh, I mean, if you wanted to face it now, I can just let go of it.
No, you're ruining the... Ah! And you hear
Sorry.
an individual from the center of the maze. Go back. We're not ready. Come back in 20 minutes. And it appears you've stumbled upon a training activity.
I'm gonna push my
What?
way out
Them's the
between
brakes.
Topiosaurus's legs.
Yep.
Hi, hello. We're not getting squished or getting stuck in the maze today.
Oh,
You could probably take it for a joyride real quick. She whispers up to Talon. All I'm saying.
Oh, hop on. Let's do it.
She thinks about it. Looks at the snags in her fucking dress from the wall to attack her and says, fuck it.
amazing.
We got this
waste
big,
much
beautiful
time.
beast for an hour.
Yep. So what I'm hearing is we
We
have
could
about
take-
45 minutes of like good Topiosaurus time.
All
Yep.
the kids home on this.
Yep.
God damn amazing. So yeah, you head back, all of you on Topiosaurus back, head back to the gauntlets, and greeting the other 4 kids, or they're all cheering, goes, I want to ride, I want to ride. And Verona turns away from whispering something into Roger's ears and just looks back and just beams, just the largest damn grin on her face. And just crosses her arms over her chest, once again runs her fingers along that tattoo, and nods at you. Shall we go home, children? Yay! And so, all right, climb up.
Everybody line up. Pass them up. Come on now.
And so they do a bit of a conveyor style that they get kids onto this thing's like 15 to 18 feet at its, at its base of its back. Tie them all into the vines, because Talon, you realize that with this dominant animal, you can make seatbelts, which is really
Oh.
convenient.
Yes.
Bunch of little car seats.
Perfect.
And so you take the kids back to the Heartkeepers Guild.
Child and adult dream come true.
Absolutely. Yeah. You take the kids back. They're going to be hyped up for a while, but they're back within their own guild. And I think for everybody, this was just a really good day.
And from it within the hedge mage, you hear a child.
Shit. Just tell Berg that we found her.
Really.
Yeah.
But maybe you can join the Heartkeepers Guild and going and fucking up whatever's in there. Training exercises. You might enjoy that.
That's really funny. Awesome. Verona puts the kids down, hands them off to some older acolytes. And Talon, she kind of comes up to you, and you're 18 feet off the ground, so she will climb up this. No, she won't actually. She will touch the vine and its leg, and it will ripple and shift into a set of stairs. And she will walk up them, look at you, and hug you.
Seem a little surprised, but I give her a warm hug back, like friendly, you know.
It would be my pleasure to build your home.
Thank you. I think this did mean a lot more to us than we could have imagined.
Dur is a balm for most ails. Your friend and I still have things to discuss, and he has his own trials to undertake. But
True.
I am curious. Your ideas of ways to change, shift, and improve Rosebark itself have intrigued me. What ideas do you have for your own abode?
Oh, well, how long do you have?
I'm a busy woman, but I think this is a conversation I will very much be eager to take as much time as necessary. Once I've completed once I've guided Ryan here to his trial, I can come back and speak with you.
Great, because I would definitely love to speak with all my friends to make certain it's exactly what we're looking for. There's probably a few more things we should tell you also.
I imagine there is. I can meet you back here in an hour, or in the morning if you would like another night's rest first.
I look at everybody else. Except now realizing Burke is like, oh. Probably the morning. Probably the morning.
Yeah. He may be participating in your training exercise, whether or not you invite him. Because if he's wandering that maze, he's going to find something he's going to beat the shit out of it.
Gathering that is his
Not
his primary
the child.
function.
No. No. He's actually a masterful tactician. But he enjoys beating the shit out of things that try to eat him.
Well, I'll see if we can remove him from the challenge so as not to injure our brave soldiers.
Don't attack him and he probably won't attack them. It's very simple.
Yes, but they are under the impression that storming this maze is a challenge of their skills and they are meant to be attacked. I would hate there to be confusion over what we have prepared and what is there by chance. I should go ensure that Quinn knows to remove your friend from the garden.
Oh no. Y'all are going to get there to just bodies.
Let me come with you. Let me come with you. She'll bustle off and say, if you try to remove him possibly from anywhere, you're in for a terrible time. Let me talk to him.
Fabulous. Awesome. So you head over to the garden. That does part at her approach.
Yeah.
Vesper, give me a perception check.
Just trying to collect my man here.
Your dice man?
20. My
Okay.
metal man.
Your metal man. You do notice that as the hedges part, and not just like grown to the side, like the branches split as well to allow her to pass. You do notice the faintest veins of red in them as well that seal up behind her, and she seems to move unobstructed through this place.
Yes, unsurprisingly.
Yeah,
Vesper's like, yeah, keeper of the grove. Yeah.
that's not my job, but my mentor's.
The grove doesn't
And
see it that way, clearly.
him and I share similar expertise.
My point is that it respects you.
One of the perks, yes. So they go through. Burke's there, just running around, yelling "child."
But
He
I
hasn't
found
even
her.
moved.
Yeah.
He barely got out of the way of the thing and then just kept yelling out.
We found her, Burke.
Oh, good.
Yep. I tried to convince them to let you partake in whatever combat thing's going on tonight, but they weren't having it.
They look weak,
That's fair.
right? So bed.
Food, then bed, I think.
Food.
Burke nods, puts away his, straps his warhammer to his back, and starts shouting Vesper.
Great.
Like
Vesper
he
will
always
stop
do.
in the sand pit and dig out the crossbow, shake it out before
Amazing.
give it back to him.
Love it. That's the pit of despair. Thank you very much. Beautiful. All right. Great.
Does,
You have your,
does the crossbow come out with a enchantment of despair by chance?
It's more of a moral enchantment, but yes, it does.
Nice.
It's now a despairing
sticky
crossbow.
child fingerprints upon it.
It's really just covered in freaking peanut butter. That's all it is. Despair is
Peanut
also
butter
peanut
and
butter.
sand.
Yep.
Despair for us because it's sticky. Yeah.
Sandy peanut
Indeed, it
butter.
is.
It's gonna be my
That
first
does
kid's
sound
name.
like a fucking day at the beach with
Oh.
a cut. Yep.
Beautiful. Amazing. Cool.
Corral
You
Burke,
re.
and then
Yeah.
head back.
You're coming with your opinions. Four of you are back together again. Ryan gives a wave as he heads off with Verona.
I am going shopping tomorrow, and none of you can fucking stop me. Holds out. Skirt. Holes.
You hear Ryan yell from the distance, "Grab me one as well!"
You want skirt?
Yes!
Okay. Wait, what's your size? I haven't. Oh.
And yeah, you can head back to Rosewood Place, where Padres has room set up for you. The beds have been made.
I take another bath.
Yeah. There's actually some sleeping garments set out for each of you, except for Burke, because didn't know your size.
It's just a bed sheet with a tie. Like,
Toga.
exactly. You've got
Sir
you a
Star
bed
would
sheet
actually
and a
hang
belt.
around outside.
There you go.
Sorry?
Sir Star would actually hang around outside.
Okay.
I'll be in eventually. I need to handle something first.
You want help?
I do, but you aren't the one that can provide it. Thank you, though.
Valid. We'll save you Stanoop.
Appreciated.
The other three of you get ready, however you want, to end your day. Mr. Star, Where do you go? What do you do?
So Star probably goes around the back of the manor, finds a quiet spot away from everyone else, and he's going to spend some time praying to his god and playing his trumpet.
Okay. I'm going to need a series of perform checks from you.
Okay.
5 of them, please.
Okay. That is not a thing I'm proficient in. Ooh. But I rolled decently. First one is a 24 with a nat 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
Second one is a 17.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a 12.
Okay.
I've got a 16
Okay.
and a 19.
Okay. You grab Symphony's trumpet. Symphony, who looks like an angel, fights like a demon, has the presence of a deity, but is none of these things. You begin channeling your connection to your god, the professor, through this divine relic, and begin to play. May I assume you're playing Sound of Night?
The Silent Note.
Yep.
Did you say Silent Night?
The Silent Night? Sound of Night? Silent Note? Silent Note's theme
Yeah.
song. Yes.
Yeah, I'm playing the Silent Note. I just
The
thought
Silent Note
I
is
heard
the
you say the
organization.
Silent Night.
The Silent Note is the name of the organization. It's not necessarily their theme song. I wrote it down earlier, but that's all right. You were playing
Yeah,
the song.
somewhere.
It was the Silent Night. That's what you wrote down earlier, which is why
Yep.
we were laughing, because I don't know if that's copyright or not. Yeah.
Silent.
Don't find out that way.
Right, come on. Anyway,
Oh, War on
Definitely.
Christmas has begun. All right. So you play your trumpet. A instrument that has never felt right in your hands. Not because the divine energy that emits from it is something that's foreign to you, because it's not. In the way that this musical instruments resonate and feels, it feels more right than anything you've ever touched spiritually. But this trumpet isn't from here. It's not from the material plane. It's an object that is not made of matter. Not in the way that you understand it. But as you play, your understanding of what this thing is begins to change. And your lungs burn as your soul is lifted. And the blast begins to gain, if not volume, but power. And the very walls of Rosebark's outer edge of Rosewood begin to pulse. With that music.
Rosebark's a dance club confirmed.
Boom, boom, boom. A light from within the trumpet begins to emanate, and you see a dozen different symbols begin to show themselves against the bright relief of that inner light of the trumpet, gleaming brighter and brighter and brighter. And the one that draws your attention most draws your eye is the symbol of your god. A quill, black upon a page. A symbol you've never shared with anyone, though it is your true holy symbol. And all of these other symbols are captured within it as it grows larger and larger. And it bursts, emitting out from the trumpet itself. And you feel a wave of pressure slam through you, and you are knocked to the floor, dropping your trumpet to the ground. What was blocking you before of your connection with Shadow and your abilities is restored. Your trumpet no longer a vessel of memories, minds, and immortals, but still a powerful artifact, shrinks. Takes on the size of a brooch. And Nathaniel, please add the Amulet of the Devout +2 to your character sheet.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Spice.
Love it. You said plus 200?
+2. Amulet of the Devout +2.
Got it.
That horn.
Damn. He really just went out back to get rid of his religious constipation.
I mean, it's a good way to put it.
It's it's been a while since I've blown one out, so it was time.
Oh,
I think it was. As you are staring down at this gift. Sorry, one more thing I want to get out, and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
As you're staring down at this amulet that you are now able to hold, that was once a symbol of a portion of your god's divinity, and now a lesser symbol of that divinity. You are overwhelmed by this feeling that you've just changed everything. Not the war, not the vampires, not the future of this city, country, continent, nation, world. No, you've changed something far greater than this single plane. Something has just been set in motion that may affect all of existence.
But
Hope it's for the better. You were saying?
I love it. So then with that, visible tension starts to drop from Sir Star's back and shoulders. He's breathing a bit easier and moving calmer and a bit more sure of himself. He'll then spend the next 10 minutes summoning Shadow.
Comes readily to your call.
Again, reassuring. It's good to see you again. Almost.
And he
old
rests
friend.
his hand on against your cheek and kind of starts rubbing his face against yours.
Yeah, we nuzzle for a few moments, and then Sir Star just sends a quick prayer to the professor. All he says is, I'm ready. I'm back. And I'm ready. And then he heads inside.
You get a response.
Ooh.
I'll speak with you tonight. Sleep alone. Welcome back, my paladin. And grand work.
Nice wry smile crosses Star's face, and he says, "And there will be more work done."
Excellent. I think that is a great place to end tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for the second chapter of the Fables of Alaemyr. One thing I'm hoping to have next episode, is I would like to be having a little poll here at the end for which one of our lovely characters deserves what you think would be a good point of inspiration or a destiny point. They are two things that we'll go into next time. But as we don't have it this week, I'm just going to award them flat out. All right, everybody gets inspiration, and everyone also gets a destiny point, because that was so damn much fun, and I am so thrilled with all of your takes on playing with the kids and doing everything. That was so great. Everybody, please take a destiny point and an inspiration point.
Thank you.
Hooray.
So, if you enjoyed what you saw and you'd like to see more of it, feel free to check out our socials, Instagram, TikTok, and we also got a Patreon. And if we will see you in 2 weeks. Have a good evening, mortals and monsters. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Ciao. Ciao.